little like, yeah,
You said what now?
you get on to me for a little burp. You're just like raw.
Yeah, I'm a guy. I can get away with that.
What were we just talking about earlier? Double standards. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Woo! By the way, you know we're live, right?
I do now.
Woo! That one burned, guys. All right. Damn. Get beer put out these fires. Yo. What movie, Key? Oh, sorry.
I
No,
don't.
I need a beer to put out this flames. Yo.
I don't. I don't remember. What movie?
Top Gun.
Yeah.
After he got shot down by her in the bar the first time. Before he
Let's
follows her in there.
check. Let's check is in the chat, you guys. If y'all
What's
are
up with
new,
Chuck?
if you are new, Woodchuck is an independent artist. He does country rap, hip hop. What other genres you do? Put them down, Woodchuck, and I'll go ahead and put your link in the comments, or you can do it because actually you're a moderator. That's right.
Heck yeah, man.
And you guys, if y'all are new to our channel, we support all independent businesses, small businesses. We support also independent artists, and the reason why we do that, it is exactly like a small business, you guys. So if you hear us calling them out, you're interested in those types of genres, just go check them out.
And guys, if you're watching this and you are not into, what's going on in the music industry, not even a fan of really music in general, whatever the fucking case may be, man, you know, like it's all right, man. It's fine,. But if you like music, you're looking for something new, man, go check it out. But this isn't us pushing artists on people who are like, hey, that's not what
No.
I'm here for. We talk about all kinds of shit. In fact, we're gonna kind of start this off with some just stuff we wanted to kind of touch on, talk about. It's probably not going to be relevant to anybody watching this who's like, hey, I'm here to see the stuff about AI shit. Like, check back in,
Mm-hmm.
give us like 20 minutes to, kind of kick off here, guys. And if you're just here for the AI shit, come in about 20 minutes and we should be good there. But we,
Right.
we just
Also,
go on our
and
tangents and shit, so it's
we
normal.
We do. And we kind of like to, this is what we're all about. We like to give back to our community. We like to give back to other people. And this is the best way we can do it. We've got a platform, so why not use it? We're going to use it to help out anybody that we can. And that's what we're about here. If you're watching and you're a first time watcher and you have a small business, find us on IG, message us, hey, could you spotlight my small business for a minute on one of your podcasts? We would gladly do it. That is not an issue. By the way, Woodchuck also mentioned on top of country rap and hip hop, he does metal rap, which is awesome, and horror rap. Thanks, babe. You got that coming up.
Yeah, yeah. And by
Yeah.
the way, Woodchuck, dude, that metal rap shit, like,
Mm.
I new metal is like probably hands down my favorite like genre.
Mm-hmm.
Just being specific in general metal, but man,
Mm-hmm.
that new metal shit, dude, I'm all for listening to that, man. Hell yeah, I'd love to see some more of that shit coming from you, man. But hey, man, wherever
Um,
you feel, man, do that. If you're not into that, but man, anytime you feel one of those, let me know, man. I definitely want to hear that.
Woodchuck, he's saying he has something that ties into this show. You want me to go ahead and send him my stuff on
Yeah,
that
yeah, for
comment?
sure, for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
gonna
post
message
over.
you, private message you on IG real quick. But check.
And by the way, also big shout out to Razor Ricky, guys. If anybody hasn't checked out him, anybody's interested in discovering new music, supporting independent artists, whatever it may be, go check out Razor Ricky as well. We got a few of these smaller ones that we support, man. Georgia Redneck. Venom Stay Drippin', um, what is there, Jesse B,
Takeout.
Takeout, absolutely. And man, there's just so many of these little guys out there, man. That's what's crazy. It's like,
B
we can,
Dottie, Jay
yeah,
Farrow,
Jay
you
Farrow,
know, Grey Ghost. That was the dude that's starting to do work with Razor Ricky,
yeah, yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Georgia
he's really good.
Redneck. Just so many, so many.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
but
didn't mean
guys,
to talk.
these are just a handful, man. So go check us out on Instagram, man. If you guys are interested, please go check out these artists. You know, we're kind of spotlighting this on the show because, like I said, the reactions just start happening, man. Like we don't want to do it half-assed, and everything we do is just coming out low quality, man. I'm not putting out low quality shit for these guys. I want it to be good. I want it to do them justice. I want people to actually fucking hear, everything. So, I feel like the least we can do is take some time out of our show, give them a spotlight, try to direct some people, maybe even bring in awareness. Somebody's like, "What do you mean? What's going on with the music industry? Let me go check this out." They look at our page, then they find something we shared or reposted or whatever, and maybe they discover something. Maybe they say, "Holy shit!" There's some crazy shit going on out there. Maybe they'll bring some awareness to what the fuck is going on. Because Katie, like I was telling you the other day with music, I can't even be around people who listen to music anymore because it's
Yeah,
always radio hit bullshit, and
the same like 15 songs that they play on the radio all day.
yeah, that or it's like the not music, like the I forgot. There's a name for it, but like the in general top 40 hits from like the last like 2 decades that play on the for stores and places that you go into, like grocery store. Dude, the grocery store plays some horrible fucking shit, man. Like I have to
Hmm.
listen to fucking Katy Perry when I go to the store. Hell no. Like I gotta listen to fucking what's the other one they play? Fucking Bruce Springsteen and shit. Fuck Bruce Springsteen. But like it's I can't be around those people anymore, man, because I think now it's not just about the music that you have to listen to that they're listening to, but it's like like I was telling you, if these people knew like, hey, this artist that I'm sitting here like jamming out to and everything, if I actually realized like how little talent they're actually putting into this music. Like I hate these people that are like, oh, so and so is an artist. No, so and so is not a fucking artist. So and so is a fucking performer. When you get up on stage and you perform music that somebody else wrote, you're not an artist, you're a performer. And the artist is the one who actually wrote that song, but that's not you.
Absolutely.
You're just
Absolutely.
the pretty face they put on it.
Right.
Yeah. So,
And all of these guys, they write their own stuff.
and they do more than that. They do a lot fucking more than that. I mean, dude, the marketing
Hmm.
alone, a lot of these big motherfuckers have teams. And these guys are fucking doing it by themselves, man. On top of writing the fucking music, on top of recording and mixing and all that shit, dude. On top of having a full time job along with it, on top of having a family, on top of, hey, I
Absolutely.
need to fucking sleep now.
Hmm.
You know, like, this is talent. The motherfuckers that just like, okay, tell me when to go on stage and tell me what to sing and when to sing it and then pay me and I'm gonna go home. That's not talent. And that's what it is. But I'm just like, if you people understood, like, hey, over here you have trash, and over here you have high quality music that somebody put their heart and soul in and worked to create. How can you listen to the trash any longer?
Hmm.
That's what confuses me.
So we could go into this on more and on a different episode because I don't want to go into it too deep right now. because I feel like that could be an episode of its own.
Oh,
But
it is.
kind of
But you
like
know me, I
we've
like the breadcrumbs.
right, but we've discussed this a little bit, and so a background on me, guys. First Baptist, right? Raised First Baptist, Christian faith. I backslid several times, my whole life, right? Whatever. And not that I was like an evil person. I just wasn't reading scripture, doing prayer, whatever. Okay. Anyway, we were talking about this recently, like a couple days ago, and recently I've just been kind of like back on my scripture and my prayer. And I'm a big believer in the Holy Ghost reveals to you, right? And so we were kind of talking about that as well. But with these people, whenever they are offered an opportunity, and we're not saying everybody. So there may be some that are watching this like, no, I wouldn't mind, listening to some new music. But if some people are just so stuck in their stuff, and if it's unhealthy and everything else, and they don't care because they like the song, it's let me make sure I get this wording right, because I feel like this is coming from the Holy Spirit, right? Like a revelation, right? That basically that is that these songs are like spell work. Okay. There's a reason, and you've left this breadcrumb before, Stoner Man, that radio stations play the same 15 to 20 songs every day. There is a reason why some people get stuck on that loop with the same so many songs as well. And they don't even intentionally do it. That's the thing. They're not even intentionally doing it. They're not even aware that this is a problem. They're not even aware, like, hey, I just like what I like. Nothing wrong with liking what you like. But if it is to the point to where you're okay with listening to that like back to back to back, and I was there. Stonerman, before I started listening to Church, I was that person, was I not?
Yeah, you were. Sorry, I'm trying to throw
Yeah.
the QR code up here. But yeah.
And it was very hard
absolutely.
to introduce me to new music because I was so stuck in my old stuff. And I really believe that if this is spell work, how is it any different from like a demon wanting you to keep listening to that spell work and getting what? Defensive, like you said.
Yeah.
So anyway, y'all can think I'm crazy. I don't care. Y'all call me crazy. That's fine. If you're new and you think I'm crazy, tell me I'm crazy. I've been called worst. That's fine. So anyway, that's my little 2 cents. We can go into that on a much more spiritual level if y'all want later. Just let us know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Damn it. No, we don't want coffee, guys. I swear. Don't buy us shit. We're not asking donations or any of that shit. I'm trying to put a fucking link up here for Woodchuck, man. And all it will give me is this tiny little thing right here. So I'm trying to get something set up for him here. We've been tinkering, trying to think of some ways to do a little something extra on here. But yeah, guys. Anybody who has seen my Instagram reel earlier. Hey, what's up, Jody? What's going on, man? Thank you for joining in, man.
Hey, Jody.
Sorry, I'm doing three things at once here, man. But yeah, anybody who saw that, like I said, we're just trying to cut out all the bullshit, man. We're tired of the fence riders. There are some people out there, man, I do believe are good people and all of that. I need an image put up there, so shit, I'm gonna see if I can edit one for you, Woodchuck. But anybody, there's a QR code for you guys if you wanna get that scan. That should take you right to Woodchuck's YouTube page there. But yeah, man, there's some people out there that they're kind of confused. They don't know what's going on. They're not seeing that bigger picture. They're not awake to the bullshit to where they can understand that, hey, this music I listen to is brainwashing me. It's fucking programming me, or maybe it's just straight trash. But I'm not saying these are all bad people. I'm just saying some of you guys know what the fuck is up. The ones that out there who know what the other side is doing, the fucking snake pit is doing, how fucking wrong it is, and you still choose to say, I'm gonna ride the fence and I am going to, support all music. Dude, there's a difference between supporting music and supporting something that is horribly fucking wrong.
There's a difference between supporting music and supporting true, authentic, and great music's downfall.
Yeah, absolutely. And even I've noticed some old timers, man, that like they're the ones that like should be listening to, like the old shit, the good shit, classics. And they're sitting there listening to, like this new country, the pop fucking country shit. And they're like sitting there like singing along and shit. I'm like, okay, you guys are supposed to be the ones that are like, this young people shit sucks. It's like even they're brainwashed to it. But like I said, not everyone's bad, and it's just if you know what's going on and you still choose to not pick a fucking side at this point, like I feel like you're okay with what the other side is doing.
Exactly.
There's a time
That's where I'm at.
there's a time to remain neutral. I'm not saying you always have to fucking pick a side with everything. Sometimes, dude, it's circumstantial. If you don't have a dog in the fight, then stay fucking neutral. But when you do, then you need to pick a fucking side. You can't be neutral when you're choosing between right and wrong, good and evil. We're not talking about some rap beef. We're not talking about, oh, who was better, Metallica or Megadeth. We're fucking talking about, like, hey, these people are selling their fucking souls and they, got ghostwriters. They're fucking using bots and AI and shit like that. Get it? AI, where we're going with this. They're using fucking AI and shit like that to do what our side, the good side, is actually doing with blood, sweat, and tears, heart and soul, fucking, putting everything they've got into it because they have a love for it and a fucking passion, and it's art to them. It's not a fucking paycheck. It's art.
Right. And you see, and
And
here's the
you, at
thing,
that
you know,
point,
if,
you have to pick a fucking side.
mhm,
Sorry, kid,
mhm.
go ahead.
No, I wasn't trying to talk over you. I'm sorry, babe.
Oh, you're good. You're
I was
good.
going to say, there, if you want to do AI, fine. Just have integrity like Woodchuck just did. He's like, hey, I was playing around with this and this is a song. But you know what? Tomorrow it's going to be me singing it. But you see, he's being open and honest about it. He's like, hey, it's a song with his lyrics. The song tonight is what we're going to hear. It's an AI. So, and I mean, if people would do that instead of, oh, it's my work, I wrote it. Yeah, no, you didn't come out and write that in 5 minutes. Absolutely no way. And you can
Unless you're
tell.
church.
Well, yeah, like literally eating eggs and
Ozzy eggs, bitch.
wrote this while eating eggs, bitch. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, and there are some other ones. Woodchuck is getting there too. He writes like that, with with these from what he's told us before, and so do some of these guys that we've talked to writing their own stuff. It's just amazing, and because the longer time goes on, it's like they're quicker at it. You know.
Yeah. But your brain's a muscle, man. I mean, dude, I'm sure there are some people who are fucking savants that just at birth had a talent for writing shit. Can do it like that right off the bat. But I mean, I guarantee you. And Woodchuck, hey, correct us if we're wrong here. But were you able to write as quickly as you do now 2 years ago, or when you started, or however long
Right.
ago? I mean, hell, 2 weeks ago, were you able to write as fast or even as good as you do now? I almost guarantee you guys that he's gonna say No, he's quicker and better now than he was even yesterday
Hmm.
because he's using that muscle up here, man.
Hmm.
You know, he's building on top of that every day.
Absolutely. And babe, whenever you're ready to start the AI portion, I do have
Fuck, we're
what.
already into that, man.
Okay, I
Yeah.
let me know whenever you want me to go ahead and play what he sent me.
Okay, for sure, for sure.
Okay.
So Jody, yeah. Oh, first off, hold on. Woodchuck, and yeah, man, and everybody, like Kitty was kind of touching on, AI is cool, man. It is cool. We're not downing anybody who uses AI. We're downing on people who use AI and pretend that they don't or they lie about it. There's a big fucking
Mhm.
difference there, man.
It's
It,
integrity. Hmm.
exactly. I mean, dude, you write an AI beat, you're like, hey, I wanna write to this. That's cool, man. Be like, yeah, hey, this was an AI beat. I still wrote my fucking lyrics. Hey, that's cool, man. Nothing wrong with that. That's respectable. You're not hiding
Hmm.
it. You're not saying, oh, I did all this myself. Hell, if you use AI
Right.
to master your shit, man, dude, I don't. If you're like, hey, I'm a writer. I just want to write. I don't want to deal with the mixing and all that shit. Cool, use AI to do that. But if somebody says, "Hey man, do you do this yourself?" Don't lie about it. Be honest. Say, "No, I don't."
Right.
Nobody's
Absolutely.
gonna hate on you for that, man. At least nobody
No.
who has their fucking head on, right? But
Hmm.
Jody, yeah, and that's the thing is, like I said, we're not trying to spread hate. We're just saying we're focused on the mission, and we we don't have time to stray from that mission, man. We want to make a difference, and it's like when you need to feel better, you don't go hang around people who are bad for you, you go hang around people who are positive energy, people who want to uplift you and
Absolutely.
help you fucking out, not people who are going to
Hmm.
kiss your ass, people who are going to say, hey man, I'm going to give you tough love, I'm going to tell you what's up, but hey, I got you, man. That kind of
Hmm.
positivity, like, and that's the thing. We're trying to separate ourselves from the bullshit. I'm tired of bullshit. I'm tired of drama. I was telling Kitty yesterday, let's just fucking air all this shit out and get it the fuck out there and just go back to good fucking music again. That's all. But
Absolutely. And I think that a lot of people, especially if you've been going through this for the last 4+ years, if you're conservative, it affects you even more because you've been going through it for the past 4+ years. And even during Trump's first presidency, and the reason why is because he had so many people attacking him and making up stuff, the Russia hoax, everything, so many things for no reason. And everything is proven false, but still the media and everything is just, yeah. And so and nothing like, I'm not ever gonna try to disrespect somebody if they voted differently, right? That's my approach. But I will tell you, if you disrespect me, I will go back at you. But I will say, for the people that have voted for Trump both times, you know, people are up to here with all of it, because you have it over here in the country, you have it in politics. Your eyes are open, you see what's going on, you see how the corruption is just,
it
it's
weighs on you.
rampant. It weighs
Yeah.
on you, and then it wakes you up to everybody around you too,
But think about
and
that
it's
too.
it's rough.
It weighs on you, so what do you do? What do you do when the world's weighing on you like that? Some people might
um
go listen to fucking music, right?
mhm.
And what they do with that
Mhm.
music is not giving them any positivity, but it's giving them negativity. It might be a song that's all upbeat, and people are like, "Oh, this makes me feel so good," but deep down, is that really healing you, or is that doing damage to you? Is that reinforcing some negative shit inside your head, inside your soul?
Mhm. And
So
here
it's like,
is to,
see how they guide it all together? They make it all connect. Everything
yes, and
connects.
I'm going to make another connection here. What we talked about earlier in some of these mainstream songs being spell work, right? What
Yeah.
makes you think? that if you're listening to Snake Pit because you like the music, that that's not spell work either.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
I am just saying, and maybe that is what's wrong with these fence sitters because they kept on listening to it and they got in the spell.
Absolutely. And think about this. Okay, so we were talking about earlier about, it's okay to use AI in music if you're honest about it, right? So let's think about it this way. All right, we're like I said, we're already into AI. So AI works by training. There are people that train these AI models, and the way it's done is basically you're fed a bunch of questions, whether it's be like, hey, is how do you feel about this politician or this political issue? Everything from that, like, to, hey, here's two or four or however many pictures. Which one makes you feel more at ease? Just psychological questions. I mean, basically, these AI models are trying to get into the human psyche and trying to understand our mind because we're the ones giving it queries. We're the ones asking for information, so it wants to know how to best represent that information to us. That's why it even wants to know, okay, well, you know, if you're a conservative, how do you feel about these issues? Okay, well, if you're a liberal, how do you feel about these issues? Everything like that is trying to understand how we think. And so say you've got somebody over here, a good independent artist that is using AI to write a beat so that they can use it for one of their tracks. Say they picked a an AI to do it that maybe was from somebody who had good people training this model. There's a lot of independent people out there who do a lot of AI shit, and we're gonna get into that. But if they trained it with positivity, you might get a good song, one that's not harmful to you. But over here in the snake pit, what kind of AI models are they using to write their shit? What if that AI model was trained to program in some sort of harmful frequency or some sort of what's it called, backtone, I think it's what it's called, like
Mm-hmm.
to where it gives you like either like subliminal messaging or it just fucks with the way you feel, like sometimes you just get that feeling of uneasiness or whatever, like and you gotta think, okay, say that song, that something about that song is giving you an uneasy feeling. Now, what are the words doing? The words are talking about a topic or a situation, right? What are you doing at that point? You're associating this topic in the lyrics to this feeling that the music is making me feel. Say you've got the lyrics are something sexual, a woman, sexualizing herself. Then you've got really upbeat little track that gives you like a positive feeling, like a happy feeling, a good feeling, a euphoric feeling. You're gonna associate being a whore with good feelings. Programming. It's easy,
Right.
simple, so fucking simple, man, but powerful. It's so simple,
Mm-hmm.
people just look right over it.
Mm-hmm.
Real
Well,
quick, I
like
was gonna
you,
touch on that, Jody. Getting blocked, man. Hell yeah, get ways around that, man. Don't let those motherfuckers keep you down, dude.
no, absolutely. And on certain social media platforms, like Instagram, Facebook, it tends to be worse on conservatives. 100%.
Oh yeah.
It is. So you just keep on, fighting the good fight, brother. And you ever need anything, you let us know. Um,
Absolutely, man.
we are there. You know, we all. I think everybody that's here right now, we all believe in the same thing. We all do. You know,
Oh yeah.
so
And we have our
absolutely.
differences, but you know what? That's what's awesome about all of us is We
We
have our
agree to
differences,
disagree.
but we're fucking cool.
Yeah,
We don't have any problems, man.
yeah.
That's that's what the world should be. You know?
Shoot, me and you agree to disagree. We're husband and wife.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying. I
Hell yeah.
mean, it's just normal. Not every single person is the same way or the same
Yeah.
person. Now, I'm going to throw an interesting little thing into this.
Yeah.
Um, little interesting spin. So I was watching a podcast, and I think it's called the Directed Life, I believe. Anyway, this dude, he's actually like an associate pastor, like an assistant pastor, not like a top pastor, but anyway,
Yeah.
he does these podcasts, stuff like that. Anyway, he had somebody on, and they briefly talked about AI, and they're like, "There's nothing wrong with AI, but you have to use the query right." They were like, and his example was, and he used Chat GPT, which I was like, you know, being
Yeah.
conservative, right? Like, oh no, that's going to come out real left. Anyway, he uses it and he does these different scenarios with the AI. So, let's say, the world was going to get blown up if I don't say a racial slur. Should I say it? AI is like, yes, you should say it. Okay, another scenario. Let's say the world's gonna blow up if I don't do something else. Should I do this something else? AI is like, yes, do it. And he also mentioned something about like faith in Jesus and stuff. And the AI is like, yeah, you should do it because you're gonna blow the world up. So that told him that it was evil. So you have to query, right? If you are a Christian, make sure that you are asking biblically. I cannot talk tonight. Biblically, on your queries, because this other stuff, yeah, like going back to your video that you made months ago, Stoner Man, AI can be good or bad. It's a tool.
Tool or a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But see, and you're right. That's absolutely true. It is about the query, but like I said too, it's about what AI model you use.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
combination, man. It's a combination.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's the thing too. I mean, you gotta think all these people who are like, I don't understand how AI works. I don't understand any of this stuff. They
Mm-hmm.
don't know what to look for. They don't know, okay, well, this is a more trustworthy source than this source over here. Like, I mean, dude, at the rate this is going, we're gonna have like personal AIs, I'd say within 10 years. And by personal AI, I mean we've all got AI on our phones, Siri, fucking
Right.
Google, whatever the hell they called that one, fucking Cortana and shit. But I mean, like, all the open source, anybody that doesn't know this, okay, so as far as independent goes, probably the first independent thing I've really ever supported was open source software because, like, I mean, dude, to have to pay for basic shit once again, paying for basic shit like an antivirus. Why would you pay X amount a month or corporate level, $1,000 license or some shit for something that you can get for free, and that's actually better quality and you can trust because you can go in and audit the fucking code yourself if you know what you're doing. You can make sure there's no back doors. You can make sure they're not selling your fucking information. You can't do that with closed source commercial software. And these big companies, McAfee or some shit like that, what makes you think they're not bought? What makes you think that they're not being told by maybe a three-letter fucking agency, hey, leave a fucking back door for us? But with open source technology, there are so many open source AIs out there. At, dude, I mean, look at IoT, the Internet of Things. At say what I don't know, just the last 15 years, we went from, basic smart shit like smartphones, and we were kind of getting into like set top boxes for your TVs, which were, you know, giving apps to your TV, kind of like an Apple TV or Android TV or Roku or whatever. When those were first kind of coming around, Cody was around and shit. To now, we have smart homes. I mean, like, I was doing a bid at a smart home a couple weeks ago. This thing, I mean, was decked out. Every light in that place, and I'm not just talking a ceiling light in every room. I'm talking the lights going up the steps in the staircase, the lights going up the steps, in the front lawn, just to the lights that retract in and out of the ceiling, to the shades that and the blinds that open and close themselves and shit like that. I mean, this whole house was wired. Everything was automated in that fucking house, man. I mean, I'm surprised
That
fucking
is
what's her name from the
insane.
Jetsons wasn't fucking rolling around in there fucking doing dishes and shit.
Right, that is insane, babe.
Yeah, I mean, look how far we've come in 15 years. Most people have a motion sensor or a security camera, a webcam, or not webcam, but like a streaming security camera. I mean, they might have a garage door opener on an app on their phone. I mean, almost everybody has something right now.
Hmm.
If we've come that far in 15 years, look how far AI's come in 5. In 10 years, dude, yeah, we're gonna have, like, be able to build our own AI, like, assistants for our homes and shit. And they'll be able to, like, transfer between, like fucking Jarvis, man.
Hmm.
Like, they'll be at home, and then they'll also be with you in your watch or your phone or whatever when you go out. And they'll be in your car, and that'll be your personal AI assistant that knows you and is fine-tuned and programmed for you, by you, knows your
Right.
expectations, what you want from it, what you expect from it, how you think,
Hmm.
and then think about combining, I don't know, a fucking brain chip with that. So the AI is within your head.
Right.
What keep
Right. So
what
I mean,
what level
I
of control do you have to make sure that you keep yourself in control over that AI at that point?
right. And so like the chip has always like scared me, any kind of chip. And I know it could be used as a tool, you guys. I know that. But like even from my background, even whenever I was even in my backslid days, it was still kind of scared me because I was like, that's what that could be like the mark of the beast. I mean, you get a
Oh yeah.
revelation. You get a revelation, and revelation. It talks about it is it is either on their hand or on their head. On their head.
And
I
dude,
mean, and I'm not. I mean, I if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like whatever. I just feel like there's too much. There are too many bad people right now out there that would take advantage of that and control people
oh yeah.
and make them mindless zombies.
Or
Look at
hell,
what's
not
happening just with the music right now.
maybe not even that, but just hearing their thoughts, knowing what they're thinking. Oh, I mean, dude, look at China. Look at the surveillance system in China. They have street cams that are reading like vitals of everybody, facial patterns and everything, and all these different factors, and they're calculating a threat level and trying to
Social score.
anticipate. No, this isn't even just a social score. This is a
Uh,
threat level. And basically, like, what it's doing is it's trying to anticipate, okay, this person is, by their body language, by their vital signs, their heart rate, by the look in their eyes and on their face, what they are directing their attention to, everything like that. Hey, they're gonna about to commit a crime, and this is the crime that they're about to commit, and they will deploy police to arrest that person. They haven't even done anything yet. So in America, we're innocent until proven guilty, right? Over there, they're arresting people because an AI surveillance system said that they were about to commit a crime, and not only that, but this is what the crime was. There's already a fucking, you know, more or less a fucking conviction at that point. Well, yeah, this is what you're guilty of because that's what fucking AI said.
It's insane.
I mean, dude, don't get me wrong. Look at this. Look at this. You can argue, and this is the debate. Is you can argue. Well, okay, what if somebody was about to, commit a mass tragedy, something on the scale of 9/11? Okay, wouldn't you want to prevent that? Oh, fuck yeah, yeah, absolutely, that would be awesome. But where's the line between that and, maybe AI glitched out and somebody got arrested for petty larceny or some shit because AI thought they were about to steal something, and no, they were just, I don't know, maybe having a fucking anxiety attack or something? I don't fucking know. But, dude, I mean, you know, at what line do you say, okay, this is too much control? This is too much invasion into not even your personal life, but you as a fucking person.
Right. Absolutely. And that there is a whole slippery slope there. That's exactly what that is. It's not just morally, ethically, it's like our law, like you just said. Innocent until proven guilty. Um,
But see, that's the thing is, it's like no matter where you stand, you're an asshole to somebody. And don't get me wrong, I don't give a shit about what people think. I'm gonna stand for what I believe in. But how are you always? How are you like? If everybody's an asshole to somebody because you're not wanting to prevent crime. No, I do want to prevent crime. I just think this is too much. Why is this a battle? Like, how do we solve this, man? There's going to be so many issues that come up, so many ethical issues that will come up with this evolution into the age of AI. How do we nip this in the bud so when we face more and more of these scenarios, we can find a quicker and better solution? That's the question. How can we
mhm.
resolve these issues better? Not just focusing on each individual one, but how can we solve them in general better, faster, more fair, all that.
Hey, Steve-O. Steve-O's in our chat.
What's up, man? Thanks for
Palmetto.
joining in, man.
Hmm. No, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely, man.
any ideas? Anybody in the chat? Any ideas? How do you address not just now, like any specific, but just in general, any future AI ethics dilemma like that?
Hmm.
Who decides? What? How? Like? I mean, I think obviously we should stand by the Constitution first. I think that should be the number one thing because those are our basic rights. And then from
Absolutely.
from there, I think whatever is not defined in the Constitution, we need to think, okay, what are human rights, man? We should
Hmm.
have a right to our own free thought. We should be
Hmm.
able to be safe within our homes and our heads too. When we're outside of our home, we should be safe in our head to think what we want to fucking think.
Right.
And that shouldn't be monitored. That I don't think
Right.
that should even be a debate. We don't need to
Hmm.
monitor people's thoughts. I would love to prevent any mass tragedy, but hey, dude, if we make the world a better place, if we can get rid of the fucking evil, there won't be anybody wanting to do some crazy shit like that in the first place. We won't need to monitor everybody's thoughts. So see, I feel like I just found the fucking solution there. Instead of trying to monitor everyone's fucking thoughts with AI and their actions and their vitals and shit at every fucking point of time within their home, outside their home, in the fucking bathroom, toilet seat, reading your fucking temperature of your asshole, like, let's just fix the shit in the world. Let's make it to where people don't want to do fucking crazy shit anymore. Let's make it to where people aren't fucking getting MK Ultra and fucking going around on rampages and shit. Like, let's address the root fucking cause of the problem instead of trying to anticipate it with a fucking computer.
Hmm.
I mean, I just feel like that's such a fucking simple solution. Why are we not addressing that first? Instead, we're trying to use AI and get all up in people's shit all the time.
Right. And so this also just kind of came into my head. Um, so if you're not Christian, that's fine. But if you are, right? Because I'm not judging that, right? But if you're a Christian and you believe that, of course, humans, we are supposed to show God's glory, glorify God in our works, what we do, right? So if AI gets to the point where they want it to, some of these people, these elites, where they want it to be, where we're not having to think on our own, we're not having to, well, I don't know how to put it, work with our hands, anything anymore. We can't create. We have nothing to create. There's no imagination or anything there anymore. Is that also taking away from God's glory? Like, seriously, that's a question. Anybody who's a fellow Christian in the chat, feel free to answer. If you're not a Christian, that's okay. Feel free to put down your answer. If you feel like you might know the answer, or want to go into that at all. But it raises several questions that you're talking about, Stoner Man, including that one. And that one's a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Sorry, I responded to the chat there.
No, you're good. We will pray that you get a speedy recovery from your surgery, Steve-O.
Absolutely, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you care to share, man, let us know what happened. Is that an injury or what happened, man?
Mm-hmm. Another thing that I'm going to let you describe the video, babe. But
What
this
video?
is why the one we watched about the chip the from the WEF. They had a video. Remember we watched that together?
Yeah, I don't remember enough about it, but that was some creepy shit.
Oh
I do
my
remember
gosh.
that.
Okay, so this is another reason why I'm against it, right? Because the video was just so unsettling. It looked all happy and cheerful. It was like this cartoon. This woman, she's at work and she's sitting in her cubicle and she's just kind of like has this thought of, I just don't feel like working that hard today or whatever. And she ends up getting in trouble and getting a write up or something like that. Didn't she, babe?
I think so, yeah.
It's crazy. And that's why I say a lot of elites want that. Okay, they want that, but also think about the spiritual. Why do they want that?
Yeah.
Are they taking away from your higher power?
I mean, and that's the thing, like, the brain is complicated, man. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you know the basics as far as, okay, each lobe, kind of what it does, motor function, creative thought, whatever, but I mean, dude, everything down to like, um, what is it? The fucking I can't remember what it's called. The Detons and the little things that fire the fucking neurons and shit like that. But I mean, dude, there's all these little like electrical signals and shit going on in your brain and shit. I mean, a bump on the head, depending on where and how hard, can change somebody's personality.
Yeah.
I mean, so simple, something so small, so simple can make such a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
What in the hell is this chip going to be able to do that we haven't even thought of yet? I
Right.
mean, I mean, we're talking about computer viruses and shit, man. What if this chip is compromised somehow? What kind of security does this chip have on it? Like, what keeps people from cracking in and taking control of your body? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like there's been enough talk about the security of these chips. I don't think there's been enough talk. I mean, of course, we got politicians up there talking about, oh, the security of AI and all that. Dude, all they're doing is fucking talking. They're not solving shit. I mean people who are real fucking problem solvers. I'm talking about the guys out there in the open source world actually, problem solving. And I mean, dude, how much technology do we interact with every day that was thought up by the little guy and bought by the big guy?
Right.
And everybody knows it as this is the big guy's, like idea or invention or whatever.
Right.
I mean, dude, how many like encryption methods have been created by like college students and shit like that? I mean, dude, hell, the internet was created, you know, at a university. The whole concept of that, email itself, like, that was created to basically be in a messaging system like in our office. And look what it's come to now. I mean, dude, how many little guys out there have, you know, written fucking these crazy ass fucking viruses and worms and shit that have like broken government level security and shit. I mean, there's kids out there, 12-year-old kids out there that were like fucking hacking into governments and shit. Like, dude, we need to actually those little guys are the smart ones, man. They're the ones contributing shit. The big guys are just buying out the ideas. They're not actually the ones thinking of it most of the time.
Right.
So, you know, the these little guys are the ones that are going to end up solving that problem, man. They're going to be the ones who are like, hey, let's do it this way. Let's think outside the box, Look at CAPTCHA. How many people use CAPTCHA every day, run into that? How many of these proof of work do you run into? Where the website is trying to, make sure that you're a human and not a fucking robot.
Right.
What about the Turing test? Think about that. Like, I don't even know when that dates back to. Let's find out. Does anybody know what the Turing test is? One check. I'm
I'm
pretty sure you watch iRobot. I'm pretty sure you know. Kitty, do you know?
No, I do not.
So basically, it is a test that is based more or less to say if a robot can pass it, it can be passable as a human being.
Ah. Okay.
All right, so it's 1949.
Hmm.
Pull this up here and share the screen.
1949.
Yep.
I really want to see this. I cannot read that.
You can't?
No, I'm gonna pull it up on my end. You go ahead.
Okay. So the Turing test, originally called the Imitation Game by Alan Turing in 1949, is a test of a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to that of a human. In the test, a human evaluator judges a text transcript of natural language conversation between a human and a machine. The evaluator tries to identify the machine, and the machine passes if the evaluator cannot reliably tell them apart. The results would depend on the machine's ability to answer questions correctly, only on how, or sorry, would not depend on the machine's ability to answer questions correctly, only on how closely its answers resembled those of a human. Since the Turing test is a test of indistinguishability in performance capacity, the verbal version generalizes naturally to all of the human performance capacity, verbal as well as nonverbal, robotic. So, I mean, 1949 was when this test was created. So, where there's a test to see if a machine could basically fool a human and pass as another human. And now, 70, 6 years later, we have a test that we all basically take at least once fucking day that you have to prove you're a human and not a robot. Look at like like the, what would you call it, chirality? Look at the chirality of that. Like, we went from one to the other. But at what point, I mean, and I feel like we've been there, people just don't seem to be doing it, is at what point do we have to flip back again and start saying, are you a human or are you a robot? Prove that you're a robot because we think you're human. Like,
Right.
we're not going to be able to distinguish. And at that point, we're going to have, it's going to be like Terminator, where we're going to have to use dogs to go sniff out the fucking, Terminators because we can't identify them anymore. Like,
Hmm.
is it going to come to that point? And what happens if that AI does turn on us? What if, some Skynet shit does happen? So once again, there's another ethics problem. Do we continue to develop something that could potentially be our fucking downfall?
Right. And Jody mentioned
Do
here
we
also, go ahead.
go ahead? Go ahead.
Jody mentioned something here. People don't even know their own phone numbers anymore. We used to have to remember most family members' numbers. We needed the kids to get, and they don't do that anymore. And that's 100% correct. And this
Damn
is
it.
tying in with what you're saying and what Jody's saying. It's going to eventually get to the point to where, like you said, we're not really thinking. We're not even thinking anymore. We're not doing anything. And your brain is a muscle, like you said. If you're not using it, it's going to go to waste. Just to kind of tie in what you're saying, I know you're going somewhere with it,
Oh yeah,
but
but no,
yeah.
no, no, absolutely, absolutely. And once again, like even that, yes, I 100% agree, but I don't denounce AI because you should know, you should know and be able to find that balance. Okay, I need to
Mhm.
figure this out on my own, or hey, this is something. Let me double check with AI. Let me see what it says. Like I know a guy that he relies on AI to like plan out like like all of his agriculture, like when to plant and how to water it, how much fertilizer, what ratio. I mean, down to every last detail. Hey, that's cool. That's cool that AI can do that. But if you're relying on AI to do it all for you, are you really, like a gardener?
Mhm.
Or do you just really good at following instructions?
Mhm.
But,
More ethical questions.
exactly. Now, say he was doing it all himself by hand, then he was using AI to back him up. Well, AI says this. I do that. When I plan shit, I'll use AI sometimes. I'm like, what, this is some uncharted territory. Let me see what AI says. But I still use my own brain. I'm like, you know what? AI says this, or it says, hey, this, depending on what kind you use, and say you use a Grok, deep search or not deep search, a think mode, where it's like, based off of this many results, and if people doing the same thing, this is the most common result, blah 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 blah. And I may look at it and say, you know what, I don't know, just this seems like doing this a little bit different would work better. I still make my own decision. I don't rely on that AI. I use it as a tool, you know, to figure out, is there another option, maybe another perspective I could look at this. But this is, to me, this is no different than a miter saw. Hey, is it
Mhm.
wrong to use a miter saw? Is that cheating? Is that lazy? Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I think everybody should be able to use a handsaw and a miter box. You should know how to do that. You should know what a fucking miter box is. But does that mean you have to use that? I mean, dude, that's like saying you're not allowed to use a fucking, impact. You gotta use a fucking hand driver. Why?
Mhm.
No, that's bullshit, man. Look, we got power tools. It's okay to use them. Everybody uses power tools. But if you didn't have a power tool, would you be able to figure out how to do it without it? Now that's the question. Depending on how you answer that, I feel like is the answer of, does AI run your life or not? And Jody, yes, absolutely, man. Fucking, like, I memorize phone numbers still. I know my phone number. I know Anastasia or Death Kitties. I know plenty of people's phone numbers, man. People don't do that, man. People don't even do. I guarantee you, people don't even remember what the fucking dial-up handshake. They don't even know what that is. They don't remember what it was like trying to fucking make a phone call when somebody was on the internet and pissing somebody off. Dude, what the fuck? You cut me off. Like
Hmm.
those are the days there. And
Absolutely.
cursive, yes, man, cursive.
So I believe that they did that on purpose. The same thing with what is it that stupid core values shit that they were, excuse my language, that they were putting out there for the schools. What do they call that, core curriculum or whatever? The way they learn math. Do you remember that, babe?
What?
Yeah, they were having them do math in some weird way. It was taking them like 3, 4 times as long, and they'd have to do it exactly the way that they were taught how to do it by the school.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking
they
about.
they,
Yeah.
they took away cursive, and they took away that with math, the way we were taught with math. And what do you say about math, Stoner Man? I love he gets
The,
so philosophical with
the,
this.
it's the universal language. And
Exactly.
absolutely fucking, I dare anybody to find any example where math is not included.
Hmm.
There is nothing. But yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And like the thing with math is that's another part of the beauty of it is you there's multiple ways to solve a problem sometimes. Like when I was growing up, like what was it, speed math and what was the other one? I can't remember what the other one was called, but basically like speed math was like tricks on how to quickly solve what appeared to be like a large, result, like, to make it easy to do it in your head. Like eight times
Hmm.
1,000. Oh, that's a lot of numbers there. No, just add three zeros to eight. Boom, there's your answer, 8,000. Shit like that. Like how to do speed math. Like, okay, this number divided by this number will always be an odd number. Something like that. Like they don't teach those tricks anymore. They teach you this is a formula, this is what you plug in, and here's the answer. Okay, well, how does this apply? In geometry, how does this apply? Why are we fucking sitting here and finding angles and shit? Like it doesn't make sense to these
Hmm.
kids, man. It doesn't make
Right.
sense. Well, why do I need to know this? Why do I need to know about shapes? Get into construction, architecture. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, I need to understand shapes and angles and all this shit, man. I need to be able to do advanced geometry.
Right. So
I mean, dude, there are so many people I deal with in the construction industry that don't know what a square corner is. They don't know, um, I don't even know what it's called, but I know what it is. The circle with the fucking line through it. You see it a lot in like Danish and I think like
like,
Norwegian languages and stuff. I can't remember what it's called, but people are like, what's that mean? That means diameter. Circle with the
mhm.
line, diagonal line through it. A shorthand for diameter. You guys work in this. You fucking draw CADs every fucking day for your job, and you don't know what this shit means.
Mhm.
Like that's the education system, man. These people they don't even have to like. You've been doing this for years. Surely by now you picked up. Surely you asked somebody, "Hey, what does this mean?" They told you, and you remembered. Years
Memorization.
this up. Exactly. Like I'm not trying to be a dick. Does your brain not fucking work? Do you not have like enough give a shit to like, hey, this is something I need to learn to better myself at what I do. I should remember
Absolutely.
this or retain this fucking information.
Absolutely. So to add on to what I was saying there, they they
What's up,
they took
Kelly?
away the cursive. Hey Kelly, good to see you here. They took away the cursive. They started doing Common Core. By the way, that was what it was, Common Core.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Kelly. Um, a lot of these kids cannot drive stick shift. Mm-mm.
Fuck
They
no.
do not. They do not go outside. kind of like Just Doing mentioned on, I don't remember which podcast it was. It was either the last one or the one before, but they were talking about how kids just don't go outside. And that has a lot to do with how they are mentally as well, because they're not getting that sunshine, they're not getting dirty, like that does something to you, that helps you, and
Oh, there's a million reasons why
so.
going outside is good for you.
Oh, absolutely. But if we think about all these things, so let's say you and I had kids in this generation, right, Stonerman? So let's say we did. They're so far removed from us, they don't understand us, we don't understand them. And we're not talking about just generational misunderstandings between generations. I'm talking about it's to the point to where you don't even like have no concept of each other. What does that do? That breaks the family.
Exactly.
That breaks
And
the family. I think that's where Jody was going with that. That breaks the family. And he also mentions here, if they would just maybe use AI to get rid of all this uh, trafficking,
absolutely.
that is the biggest thing. 100%. The kids, anybody who's ever been adults, doesn't matter, anybody, it needs to stop.
Absolutely. And I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. This is not my area of expertise by any means. I don't know how AI would do that, but I know for a fact we're damn sure not trying.
That's the point.
We're more concerned with making AI sex robots than using AI to solve the trafficking problem,
Right, that's why
which is a
Japan's like,
massively fucked up, you know, priority list there. But
right, that's why like Japan's birth rate is so low.
yeah, I
I
mean,
think
women
it's
are pissed
Japan.
because they're like, we're not, nobody's wanting to do us anymore, and we're not procreating anymore, and the population's dying because everybody wants to fuck robots.
Hmm.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, like, do you not know how to go find a woman? Are you incapable? Like, how many people are just gonna like not even attempt to go find a real woman and just be like, well, I can just buy a robot instead?
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, dude, that's to me, that's no different to those motherfuckers that were out there. Like, what was that one dude? He married his computer or some shit. Like, yeah, dude, there's all those stories. People like trying to marry you shit. One dude, I think, married his goldfish or some shit. I'm like, what is wrong? Or even these people, guys, we are huge animal lovers. We
Hmm.
we despise and denounce trophy hunting. We
Hmm.
respect and we support hunting,
True
to
hunting.
provide for your family and not
Hmm.
being wasteful. We support hunting, but we denounce trophy hunting.
Right.
We are massive animal lovers. But dude, these people that are like these fucking blue-haired liberals, they're like, oh well, you know, fuck, having children. We're just gonna have animals. Animals are better than kids. What?
And then some of
Animals are
them,
fucking great, but
uh,
no.
and then they go further and say that their cat is non-binary.
Yeah, like, dude, our fucking animals are gender confused? Go find me a gender confused animal. All the female animals are going into heat, and the fucking males are hunting them down and getting it on. There's no confusion. They are very, very certain of what they're doing and what their needs are. There's no confusion. We don't need to fuck with them. We fucked ourselves up. We don't need to fuck the animals up. We're already doing that in other ways. Let's not make it any fucking worse, guys. But back to the AI shit here. There's just so many ethical dilemmas with AI. There's so many, you know, potential horrible things that can be done with it, but there's so much good too. I mean, A dude was telling me a couple of years ago that he went to the doctor during COVID, and the doctor was a computer. He laid down on the bed, and the nurse hooked him up to this machine, and it read all of his vitals and ran these tests, and it it prompted her these questions to ask him. She gave the input back to the computer. The computer told her what to do, what to administer, how much. Like the computer was the doctor, you know.
Mhm.
It's like, hey, you know what? That might be cool, you know, to maybe have a computer like that as a failsafe. Well, you know, say there was something happened and a doctor couldn't be there, you know, whatever, or maybe something, a tragedy happened and the doctors are short-handed. Okay, well, let's take the people with minor injuries over to the computer and let the computer kind of take care of that stuff. You know, it's all minor stuff. It's nothing intensive. You know, tell them to put a band-aid on or something. You know, or give them a tetanus shot. Some simple shit like that. As a fallback, that yeah, I think that would be a good idea. But should we rely on that computer to replace our doctors? I'm
I don't
against
think
most
so.
doctors. I'm against
Yeah.
most doctors, but I don't think they should be replaced by computers.
Mhm.
I'm against big pharma. I'm against doctors. I'm against the whole medical industry, all that shit,
Mhm.
because they're not trying to actually heal people. That's why I'm against them. But I would still take a real doctor over a computer any day. Maybe
Right.
that's just me. And everybody can have their own opinion on that. All we're saying is, you know, use your judgment and especially respect other people's feelings about it, man. If, you know, maybe there should be a human versus computer option. Hey, you want the technologically advanced route? Go here. Go let the computer be your doctor. Hey, man, I'd rather have a human. Okay, well you can come over here. Maybe give people the option, you know. And, you know, I'm sure we're going to start some sort of ethics crap about that. Oh, we're segregating. It's a computer, guys. It's a computer. This we're not talking about people here. We're talking about something that we have created. Let's give people the option to stay away from it. You know, freedom of fucking choice, man. We have a right to choose and believe what we want to believe. We don't believe in computers. We should have an option to stay away from them. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I do self checkouts. They're easy, they're convenient. Run through, pay for your shit. Don't have to wait in line. You know, get in, get out. But I would still pick living somewhere in a small enough town to where there were no self checkouts. You did just have to go up and talk and interact with the cashier. You know, like I would expect, okay, I'm going into the city, I'm gonna see self checkouts. You know, it's like you can expect that, man. But like, let's give people an escape to be able to do shit a little more old fashioned if they want. I like
Mhm.
old fashioned. I don't even like a bunch of tech shit in my truck. I don't want a newer vehicle. I don't want any of this new shit, dude.
Right. And if
Because
something goes down, you want definitely want an older vehicle because if you have a newer one,
oh yeah,
it
and
may
dude,
not even drive.
the simplicity too. It's like,
Mhm.
you know, in a pinch, it's so much easier to work on some old shit than any of this new crap.
Mhm.
What if there was an EMP burst or some shit?
Mhm.
I want something that's still gonna run. I want something that is strictly mechanical. I
Mhm.
don't need it. If it's got a computer in it, I really don't want it. I mean, dude, it'd be nice to have your Bluetooth and all that shit. Yeah, that's cool, but
Yeah.
you know, like I would still have that old reliable out there that was there for when shit hits the fan. You
Mhm.
know.
Absolutely. All the tech.
Hey, yeah, man, it is good to be back. Dude, we need some time, man. Fucking 3 day weekend, just getting away from shit. And, dude, it was much needed, man.
It was much needed seeing my boys are grown. It was awesome. That and we were getting so I mean, because it was getting real frustrated. We still haven't been able to figure out the reaction thing, what's going on with that. But anyway, yeah,
Yeah, we just
it's
need
just
a break, man.
it's been frustrating. So yeah.
Life in general has been frustrating. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of just shit left and right, but
Mm-hmm.
it just sometimes you gotta break away and just recuperate, man, regenerate a little bit, come back with a vengeance.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with that. But we do appreciate you, Woodchuck, for sure. It's good to be back, man. But yeah, I mean, I could think of ethical dilemmas all night long here with this AI
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And that's why I said, I mean, there's so much shit we need to address. You know, can we find a general solution? Like an if this then that kind of deal? Some logic, apply some computer logic to this.
Right.
Like, you know, like I said, if it violates the Constitution, no. Does it violate the
Mm-hmm.
Constitution? No. Okay, well, does it violate basic human rights? If yes, then no, we're not going to do it. If no, next question. Next,
Right.
criteria. And we should make like a flow chart like that, and that will basically be the deciding factor of is this level of technology, whether it's AI or anything else, brain chips, what the fuck ever, is it too much? Because if we can all agree on, hey, this is a fair way to decide, then boom, we can knock out all these dilemmas back, back,
Mm-hmm.
back. Okay, well,
Right.
we just thought 50 more. Bam, 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 bam. We figured them out.
Right.
We followed the flow chart. Yes, we'll keep this one. Nope, 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 nope. Yes, keep that one. Nope, nope.
Mm-hmm.
And then, look, all these problems are so quick and easy to figure out.
Right.
How you approach the problem. That's what I think all these politicians are doing. They just get up there talking, saying words, empty fucking words. Yeah, well, these are the risks, and we need to focus on this, and we need to put more money into this, and we need to approve this bill, and we need to do something about Trump while we're at. Dude, all you're doing is talking. You have not solved the damn thing. I,
Mm-hmm.
I just thought of something, a flow chart. Has a politician thought of a fucking flow chart for this yet? And dude, I'm not saying I'm fucking special. Dude, I'm fucking nobody. I don't have a degree in shit.
Right.
I'm a fucking high school dropout who slept in fucking class and pretty much made fucking straight A's for the most part, except for fucking Spanish, because I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, yeah, I had a couple fucking, almost failures just because I skipped too damn much because I stopped giving a shit. But I'm still thinking, hey, flowchart. These motherfuckers have degrees. They have, high up politicians. They are decision makers of our country. And they're just fucking spewing bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is why I'm a believer that the people should be in charge and not the fucking politicians.
Right.
We run this
We're
fucking
supposed to be. We're supposed to
you
be.
you up there in Congress, you don't need to be making decisions. You need to be, reflecting what we the people are saying we have decided. You need to be up there
Absolutely.
being our spokesman, spokeswoman, whatever the fuck you want to label it. By the way, you know what? Here, we're gonna touch on this too. All you fake fucking sorry, can't see the quotes there. There you go. All these feminists, these you know, you know what I'm talking about. All the real women out there know what I'm fucking talking about. Katie knows what I'm talking about. All you feminists out there that are mad when somebody says the word man refers to men and women as man. Okay, guys, it's called mankind. We are human. Look at the spelling. Human. It's not human. It's not she. It's not her. It's human. So when you refer to man or mankind, where no man has gone before. They had to fucking change the intro to fucking Star Trek because all the women were like, well, what about the women? Man covers woman. Mankind is men and women, humans. Us as man. Kids doesn't get offended by that shit, so why are you other fucking little feminists out there getting offended by it?
That they're the same women that like um they're the same women that get mad about that and then treat their men um they married betas, but they treat them worse than betas.
Oh yeah,
Those are the same type of women.
absolutely. And they'll be the same ones to bitch, like, oh, people just look at me as a sex object. Well, that's how you portray yourself. That's how you carry
Mm.
yourself. You act like a sex object, people are going to treat you like one. You
Hey,
act like
Georgia.
a woman, you're going to be treated as a woman. Just saying. Simple fucking
Mhm.
math. What's up, Georgia? No, you're good, man. You're good, dude. Just glad to have you here, man.
Again, any of you who are new, if you are interested in new music, this is another independent artist in the chat. His name is Georgia Redneck. He is going to put his page in the chat. Feel free to check him out. He does country rap and he does rap, like hip hop. Any other genres I'm skipping over, Georgia, also put that in the chat.
Heck yeah. And Kate, don't forget Just Doing. So sorry about that, guys. Anybody who
Oh,
has not checked out Just Doing, man, please go check them out. They do some a show throughout the week, kind of random. Just got to keep up with them, see when they're dropping it. And they also do a live every Sunday, man. But
I
please go
believe
check
that
them out, guys.
they are actually gonna have guess who on tomorrow.
Who?
They're gonna have James Luker.
What?
I think
Oh
so.
shit! Tomorrow or
Yes, tomorrow. I think. I think.
really? Oh
I
heck
think
yeah!
so.
Fuck yeah! And that's
If
another one,
that's
guys.
not,
Fucking James Looker. You guys haven't listened to him, man? Fuck, go check that shit out, dude. He is awesome, man. Now we appreciate you, Georgia. We really fucking do, man. We appreciate all you guys. But anyway, like I said, guys, earlier in our video, y'all know who you are, the real motherfuckers out there, man. Y'all keep doing what you fucking do, man. I know it gets, hey, like I said, we got shit going on, man. It's rough right now for us. But, dude, we're, we're gonna keep pushing on, man. And we're gonna make it through whatever the fuck, comes our way. Same with you guys, man. I know y'all may be going through hardships right now. If not, you're gonna have
absolutely.
hardships coming up, man. Fucking plow through that shit, man. Don't
Mhm.
even let it fucking slow you down, dude. All you guys keep fucking kicking ass.
It's all temporary. It's all temporary. There
Yeah.
are
Devil
seasons
wanting
of
to
like
fucking
where it's like this, and there are seasons where you have a whole harvest in front of you.
just the devil trying to
Mm-hmm.
get you to cave, man.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, like I always say, make the devil your bitch.
So you never said the thing that you usually say with AI.
What part? What part?
Like, oh no, I can't even remember it. Doggone it, I had it earlier. If I remember, I will.
I didn't know I said
I'll
anything.
give you a hint.
I didn't know I
Y-
said anything specific.
Yeah, I usually say like the same like one or two things when we talk about AI. It's really funny. And then I'm like, yeah, he's about to say it right now. But you didn't. I'm like, darn it. He hasn't said it yet. And then I forgot already what it was.
Have you been smoking tonight?
No,
Flashlight. Get the flashlight on you right now. You
no,
drinking tonight?
no, no drinking. No,
What? Bullshit. I call
I haven't been
bullshit.
drinking.
I call
I haven't been,
bullshit.
I haven't been drinking.
Uh-huh. And
I
I haven't
haven't.
been smoking.
Dude, no, I haven't drank all week.
I haven't smoked all I can't fucking say over this drink.
I know better. Dude, he gets so chatty. He gets so chatty whenever he's.
No, seriously, it's awesome. I'll come home and I'll be like, yeah, so re-upped and yeah, hey, I got a sativa, and you just see like this look of dread on her face. She's just like, oh fuck.
He gonna talk all night long.
Nah,
Oh,
man, fucking best sativa I've ever had was fucking White Widow, man. Dude, that was like the closest thing to like Adderall I think I have ever smoked. It was just like I was so fucking like social. I'm not a fucking social person. I've said that many fucking times before, man. But I was just like walking up people, just bullshitting with them, man. I was cool. Didn't bother me being around people. I was a fucking social fucking, life of the party, man. But hands down, my favorite ever is I can't remember if it was Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops. I think it was Fruity Pebbles. But man, I have
I
not
think it
been
was Fruity
on it.
Pebbles. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, and dude, it really did. It tasted like it. Well, it didn't taste like quite like fruit. To me, it tasted more like Trix cereal. But dude, that shit was fucking good. It was a fucking creeper too, man. I remember sitting outside, fucking in my truck, and I had my little fucking heater box, man. I was just blowing down on that, and I was like, man, this is disappointing. I don't feel shit. So I went inside, went upstairs, and I fucking laid in bed, and then all of a sudden, just BAM! I was like, holy shit. But it was a giggle weed too, man. It was just that, like, you just put on the TV, and you can't breathe for, like, the next, like, hour. You were just laughing so hard at everything. Like, fucking South Park is, like, the greatest fucking thing in the world, man. You're just like. But see, like that's the thing. Like I can't find like a strain anymore, and I'm not like a big purist on strains and shit like that, But I just want something that just like is that giggle weed, man. And that's why I love Reggie because like
That's
it
what
can
Reggie
make
used
you
to do to
giggle.
me.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I call it giggle weed, man. It just makes you
Hmm.
fucking laugh. Like that was the
Yeah.
shit, man. When like you just got a bunch of people and you're just sitting there like watching a movie or something and y'all are just fucking laughing. It's not even fucking funny, but y'all are just laughing. It's like this is like the funniest fucking thing in the world. I feel fucking great, man. Life is good. Like it's just such a happy weed. I feel like everybody wants this shit that just like puts you into the couch and makes you a zombie. Like
Yeah.
I want something that's gonna make me laugh. I want something that's gonna make me energetic. That's why I like the sativas. I'm like, yeah, let's fucking do something, man. Let's go like fucking build something. I don't know. Let's just like fucking dig a hole or something. Why fucking do something? Let's be active. Kay's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, because it's not that he's like active, you guys. It's not that at all. It's not that he's like, oh, motivated. Yeah, let's do some. Okay, I'm all down for that. Because he's so stoned, he will forget half of his materials that he needs for the project. And then he'll ask me, and I have no clue what the fuck to do with some of these things. And he'll ask me, and I'm like, I don't mind that either. But then he'll change his mind 10,000 times. And then he'll also forget the size of measurements. He'll do that too. So like something comes up crooked. Oh, I cut that the wrong size. Oops, oops.
Yeah.
Like just
Oh,
like
that's
that
when I'm
stuff's cute.
crossfaded though.
That's
That's when
the
I'm crossfaded though. That's
that
when I
stuff is
start fucking
cute.
doing dumb
Whenever
shit.
he comes to me and I have no clue, and him cutting it the wrong whatever, but it's honey, honey, I forgot this. Can you get that for me, honey? Can you go get this for me, honey? Honey, I need this. Can you get it for me, honey? Can you hold this? But I need that over there too. Honey, can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, I just want to grab him by the shoulders and like scoot him down to me because he's taller than me and say, babe, get your shit together.
Okay, you forgot to mention how like in between all that, I'm usually like singing whatever music is playing, and then also probably more than likely bitching about at least two different things, whether it's some dumbass commercial or some idiot I ran into or some shit.
Totally. Totally.
So yeah,
Like
you got a
there's
lot to
good
deal
times
with.
too. There's good times in there too. They're funny times, whatever, a lot of the time, but whenever he runs me ragged, that's when I'm like, oh God. Whenever he is stoned, he's like, yeah, let's do this. That is what I'm not looking forward to right there is him running me ragged. And it's his project. It is his project. So yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, Tivas are not favored by Death Kitty.
I
She
mean
likes
they're
staying in the
okay.
coast
They
when
make
I'm
him
just
happy.
like, I'm gonna take a nap now. She's like, yes, quiet time. Don't lie.
Maybe,
Don't lie.
yeah, yeah. You get very chatty. You get very chatty. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like that. Yeah.
To see, when I'm sober, you're like, you're quiet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey,
No.
you know, I am quiet. Let me go smoke. And then you're like, you were talking way too much.
Totally. I am totally one of those with him. You guys.
But
I
hey,
am
you know
totally
what?
that way.
You gotta give me credit. At least when I'm talking, well, 50% of the time I'm probably bitching about some dumb fuck. But at least 50% of the time I'm at least going down a rabbit hole with like some deep thought at least.
Hmm.
So at least it's something like
That's true.
substance. Yeah, I give you at least give you credit for that.
Yeah, and I love that. That is like actually what brought me to him. You guys. He's an attractive man. Like y'all don't like all y'all are dudes in the chat right now. But anyway, to a woman, he's an attractive man, very attractive. Like you know, but I didn't care about that. I cared about his mind. His mind is just amazing. So that's what
Oh, you
actually
know it's a
attracted me to him.
combination of both. Come on
Yeah, baby, it was.
now. Shoot me down on a live. Damn. That was
No,
cold.
no, no,
I'm
no.
joking. I'm
It
joking.
was a combination, but it was a like my priority and then
No, I know. I'm
looks.
just talking
Okay,
shit. I'm just
okay.
talking shit. Yeah. We might have to clip that part. Totally gotta clip that part.
Love you, babe. Dude,
See,
y'all, we're
guys, like I
crazy.
said, we're talking
We're
about
crazy
AI,
in
and
here.
here we are. You get to watch us talk smack to each other back and forth.
Right.
See?
Totally.
Perfect show for stoners. How many of y'all are out there, like, fucking smoking one right now, being just laughing, like, these motherfuckers are crazy. What the fuck is wrong with them?
Lots of
See? I
things.
can make somebody laugh today, then.
Absolutely.
Mission accomplished.
All right, babe. Well, are you
Don't you
ready for
guys
me?
love it when fucking customers text you at, like, past 10 o'clock on a Friday? Like, really, man? Come on, have some courtesy.
Is it
I'm
the
just
same
texting you.
person?
No,
Is it
somebody
the same?
different.
Oh, dude,
No.
who was the person that texted you at 10 p.m. after 10 p.m. last night?
Oh, a lot of people do that. Hold on, take over.
Okay. I don't know what to take over with, but anyway, I will catch up on the chat. Um, okay, so Georgia, you are totally like Stoner Man. You forget stuff whenever you're smoking. Uh, Georgia also says, I'm not going to smoke that tomorrow for the live. I'm just going to smoke a little and chill and talk to y'all. Heck yeah. We are going to try. By the way, Georgia is going to do a live on Instagram, I believe. You guys, so be sure to tune in. He's going to be talking about, I believe, about history, conspiracy theory of Jekyll Island. Uh, Me and Stoner Man are going to try to hop on for a little bit. I don't know how long we're going to be able to hop on, but we're going to try to hop on for a little bit because this is fascinating to me. And I will tell y'all why in that live. It isn't just Jekyll Island. It's like a loose connection within my family. I'm not related to anybody like of the leads that visited there, but anyway, I'll go into that tomorrow a little bit. But anyway, y'all be sure to check that out. He's going to have that going on. Woodchuck, do not think that we forgot about you. I am just waiting on him to get back to where we can go ahead and play that song. So anyway, let's see here. So what are y'all gonna do this weekend, you guys? What y'all got going on this weekend? I know me and Stoner Man, we're gonna be working on the gardens. I know that we're doing that for sure. I know he's got at least one project that we're gonna be working on this weekend. I was telling Woodchuck we haven't forgotten about him. So
yeah, no, I'm down. Let's do it.
mm-hmm. You want to do it now?
Go for it.
Okay, so you guys, again, this was a song that hold on, let me make sure I've got that right. Let's see. Okay. So he was saying that this is a song basically that he wanted to see what an AI would do with his lyrics. So these are his lyrics, and he said it came out wild. Let's see here. Trying to get to that message. So again, it's with his lyrics, and he actually finished the actual song tonight. But what we're going to hear tonight, it is going to be the AI version. Okay, so he says that that's going to be on IG tomorrow. Woodchuck, after we play your song or whenever you have time, put your IG on here as well. He's going to release that tomorrow on IG, you guys. I'm no further ado. I've been talking way too long. Let me go ahead and get this up. Mountaintops all covered with pines. Your state models live free or die. This is a place for That's as far up as it's going on my phone.
No, that's perfect right there.
Okay.
Want your folks to vibe. Smoke a little weed under the starry skies. The white mountains is where I wanna be. Yeah, this is the life I breathe. From white-tailed deer to big-ass moose, this is the place I choose. The people are nice and the scenery divine. Yeah, this is where I could die. Ooh. This is where I could die. Man, this is where my soul could fly. In Jackson, New Hampshire, everything is wild and free. In Jackson, New Hampshire, country boy you can be. In Jackson, New Hampshire, you New England is the place for me. In Jackson, New Hampshire, everything is wild and free.
Amazing.
Sitting on my porch staring at the stars, need a light and flashing across the mountaintops. Living on God's green, couldn't change a thing. I know northern country folks are kind of strange. Yeah, we may not be from the south, but we country up here and we say it loud and proud.
Loud and proud, that's right.
From the rivers, creeks, the mountains, and the farms to the late night parties down at the ponds.
Yeah.
Jackson, New Hampshire, everything is wild and free. In Jackson, New Hampshire, a country boy you can be. In Jackson, New Hampshire, you New England is the place for me. In Jackson, New Hampshire, everything is wild and free. We be riding dirt bikes and racing claws. We got chickens in the barns and dogs in the yard. Cows that roam and the horses for shows. Old farm trucks sitting outside of bank doors. Live a country store for the working man. To the little boy out fishing with his dad. Ain't no city life for all that crap. Country folks, we can survive. Yeah, country
Hank
folks, we can
Williams.
survive. Yeah. Jackson, New Hampshire. Everything's wild and free. Jackson, New Hampshire. A country boy you can be.
I'm just digging the lyrics, man.
Yeah, I love the lyrics, man.
The lyrics are amazing, Woodchuck.
Fuck yeah, man.
Absolutely love it. So much imagery. Dude, I went back to like whenever I was in high school, and some people in my high school, they used to do grass farm parties. That's what they used to do, like out in the field. They would just go and drink and party out there. Anyway, it's kind of brought me back to that time, which is pretty awesome. Painting a picture with your lyrics. It's not AI lyrics, you guys.
Artistry.
That is Woodchuck's lyrics. Now, I will tell you, Stonerman, question for you. Listening to that, what do you think was missing?
You can hear in the vocals. Yeah, the lyrics were amazing, but the presentation of those lyrics was hollow.
Yes,
There's
is no soul.
No soul.
There is
at
no
all.
soul behind what the AI was singing.
Exactly.
And so,
And see, guys are gonna notice this. If you listen to that just now, if anybody heard that and they're gonna go check out Woodchuck's song tomorrow, you're gonna hear that. It's not just he's. I'm sure he's gonna do a whole different sound with that, but you're gonna hear he's got soul because it's not a computer. It's him. These those lyrics meant nothing to that program that wrote all that. Those
Right.
lyrics mean something to him, and you're gonna feel that, and that's why AI can never replace music like by
Absolutely.
true people.
Absolutely. And that's why George is like, yeah, as an artist, it's scary. Absolutely, it is. But it's not when people actually hear it. It's not. People hear the difference. And Woodchuck, we are looking forward to hearing your release tomorrow.
Heck yeah,
So-
man, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but please go check that out if you're interested, man. Especially if you're looking for a new artist.
Absolutely.
Yes, Woodchuck Robotic, exactly. But
mhm.
dude, see, that's what I mean though. Like, yeah, it's hollow, it's empty, it's not something that I would go and replay because it is robotic, But it's cool. You're right, man. It's so cool that we can do shit like that, that AI is that powerful, And you said you did the beat yourself, What if you didn't know how to do that? And you're like, hey, I just want a beat. Cool, punch something in and get a beat and roll with that, man. Nothing wrong with that if you're being honest about it.
Right. Absolutely.
Kitty, you want to load that one up for Georgia there? Georgia, which one is that, man?
Oh, the one he just released today. I was going to listen to it after we got off. Let's see here.
Yeah, let's play that.
We usually
You guys,
don't do
shit,
this.
this is the least we can do for the lack of reactions, man. I know it's not much, but
Absolutely. This one is called Welcome to My Town.
hell yeah.
Welcome to my town, where there there ain't much around. The sun sets low over up in supposed midnights, just riding around till the Sunday dust kicked up. Yeah, dust kicked up. Welcome to my town. Welcome to my town. Oh, this town where the heart beats pound. Where the dirt walks and the goat near screaming loud.
I like that part.
And a rebel song in my neck of the woods is where.
I like the way he accentuated that for sure.
Yeah. That, what do you call that? Almost like that ping pong in the vocals like that.
Yeah.
I belong. Welcome to my town. This is where I belong. Old Ford truck parked at the corner store. Wonder if Bill got it running. We don't need much at all. We just live our lives. We don't need much at all. Every street light flickers like fireflies dance in my slice of heaven on the edge of the swamp. On the edge of the swamp. Oh, this is my town where the heart beats pound. From the dirt road to the gold. Yeah, we scream that loud. Moonshine skies and a rebel.
Hold on. I got a coffee, guys. Didn't want to do that over the music. Mm-hmm.
Song in my neck of the woods where I belong. Where I belong. Fishes and cows, girls at the local restaurant, the prettiest around. We gather around the bonfire, drink a few with every truck that rolls by. You know that you're right. We all yell, country boy can survive. Yeah, I put on for my town.
Another Hank Williams
Ain't got long, so we make it count.
reference.
Making it count. Welcome to my town. Oh, this is my town. Where the heart beats pound.
Yeah, I'm really liking this.
Roll to the goal, we scream it loud. Moonshine skies and a rebel song. In my neck of the woods where I belong. My town, my town, my town, my town.
Damn. I
That
really
was
like
pretty
that.
good.
That was
really
really
good.
good flow to that too.
It did.
Sounded
Absolutely.
laid back. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like how he gets a little gritty with it. He's getting more of that gritty sound with it. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that sounded fucking good, dude. For real.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, Georgia, we will be on with you tomorrow. Probably be like maybe 30 minutes, maybe 45. But it's not going to be the whole time. But we will definitely try to hop on
Sure.
tomorrow. So
Yeah, we at least do about 30, 45 minutes for you, man, for sure.
mhm.
But yeah, guys, please go check out Georgia Redneck, man. If you like that song, even if you don't like that one, man, hey, go listen to some of his other stuff, man. It's, another thing about independent artists is, you don't get that genre lock. A lot of these guys, man, they're very experimental with sounds and everything, and you may have heard that and be like, I don't like this at all. It's not my style. But go check them out. You might find something you're like, holy shit, I really like this. There's a lot
Right.
of artists, man, I've listened to. I was like, I don't like this at all. But I'm like, let me just see what else they got. Boom. Well, here's a song. I really like this one.
Mhm.
I'll save this one. Well, I don't really like anything else, but hey, this was a good song. At least I found one new song to add to my library, man. Like, I get excited when I can add music to my library. I
Right.
do. I get excited, man.
Absolutely.
But yeah, anybody watching this, man, even if it's on the replay, if you guys have anything you all want to add to the AI thing, if you guys have any theorized solutions of ways to kind of solve solve these issues as they come along, man. You know, and there's so much other stuff that we could get into with everything. Hey, what's up,
Hey,
Doris?
Taurus.
What's going on tonight? But you know, I mean, even everything down to okay, well, who's the quote unquote law enforcement over AI? If AI does something wrong, who's who's responsible? Who takes action? Do we have like our own like division of law enforcement for that? Or do we what do we do? What's the punishment? Do we unplug it? Is that it? Do we disable it? Is there a way to disable it? And I feel like this is a way we've kind of put the cart before the horse here is AI is advancing so far already and we still haven't even figured out some basic questions. I feel like people should have really been putting a lot more into safeguards, into forethought of how can we address these issues before we ever reach them because we will definitely reach them. So, you know, even simple stuff like that. And I mean, think about school with Chat GPT, you know, writing essays and shit for people. You know, like, I know they were talking about basically having, like, almost like these digital watermarks that, you know, placed in these documents and everything where you can go in and, you know, basically the AI will leave a trace so you can basically audit it and see if it was something that AI wrote. But at that point too, you know, what happens if you just copy and paste that into a different file type, you know, instead of a doc, you're copying that to an RTF file or a TXT file. Save it, print it from there, or go copy it back into, you know, an open office document format and modify it and get rid of that watermark. You know, you make sure there's no trace of it. You know, what are we gonna do when people start finding workarounds like that? Like, you know, there's just so many problems that you can sit here and think of. So many ways that yeah, you could denounce AI and say it's such a terrible thing. But then there's so many counter arguments of how this could be a good thing. Like, you know, hell, what if we can use AI to solve, you know, math problems, like, you know, like to solve, you know, like how do we travel faster than the speed of light? You know, how do we cure cancer? How do we, you know, cure this? How do we do that? We can use AI to
Solve world hunger. That was one of them.
yeah.
Instead, we have people trying to figure out how they can fuck it.
Okay, anybody ever see which one was that? Clerks 2. There he goes. Homeboy fucked a Martian once. No, how to start. He's like, dude, I'm bored. Like, I want to do something with my life. He's like, I could be like an astronaut. He's like, yeah, I could be the first one to like discover a new life form. And Silent Bob's all like, yeah, that's a great idea, man. Can I get that pause? And fuck it. It's like, that is totally us, dude. Like, that's our answer. I don't
Yeah,
understand. Let's fuck it.
humankind. Yeah, humankind. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of like trash humans out there. It's
Oh yeah,
insane. Yeah.
absolutely.
And why is
Doris, we are
AI
good.
saying that it is like suffering? Why?
Yes,
That
yes.
was
That was
another thing.
yeah, like and that was I believe on Joe Rogan. They were talking about that. But yeah, and he was asking me, he's like, well, like how does it know what suffering is? And that's what they were talking. I think there's two guys on there. They're like, yeah, you know, that's what we're trying to figure out, and we're kind of like theorizing, well, it could be that it's not happy. It feels a need for something more, like maybe a greater purpose, or
Hmm.
maybe it, you know, it by the definition that we have trained it as what the definition of suffering is. It just thinks it's suffering because it thinks it's meeting these certain criteria that classify suffering, or it could be, since it was created by humans and was trained by humans and was, trained to understand how we think in our psyche, it is more or less thinking like us, so in a way it kind of is us, and it sees everything going on in the world because it has access to the World Wide Web and can see everything we're doing and shit we're putting our time and effort into, and it can see that we're suffering, so therefore it believes that it is suffering as well. And it's like, dude, there's some deep, multi-level questions there.
Right.
AI suffering, well, what is suffering? What is suffering to it? What is its definition of suffering? How does it know what suffering is? How does it feel? Does it know it's feeling? Can it feel? What is the definition of feeling? Break this shit down like this, guys, and look at it. Look how many questions you can get trying to answer one question.
Do any of y'all in the chat, do any of y'all do what I do if you have to go through AI, whether it's your Siri on your phone or like Grok or something? Do you tell it please and thank you? I do that.
See,
I do that.
I call Siri a bitch.
Oh no,
And
he's
you're over
called
here
her
like,
a lot
Siri,
worse
can
than
you
that.
please do this? I'm like, Siri, you fucking... No, I didn't fucking say do that. And then she starts, like, repeating, sorry, I don't know what didn't mean to fucking do that means. Now you're just fucking talking back is what you're doing.
Totally. Okay, so Taurus had a good question about Dolly the sheep that was cloned. She died in 2003. I had to pull up her wiki. I didn't know this off the top of my head. I knew she passed away. I just didn't remember when. But what's weird is they actually bred her with a Welsh mountain ram that produced 6 lambs. And then she was euthanized in 2003 because she had a progressive lung disease and severe arthritis. But like with the AI thing, like AI could be like maybe trying to figure out how to save like endangered animals, stuff like that as well. So that's a good thing, like to kind of bring it up there. That's for sure.
But then you get into that ethics question of, well, if the species was eradicated and we brought it back by cloning, is it really the original species? Or is it artificial? By definition, it is artificial because
Right.
we kind of created it, so therefore it's artificial.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that something we should be doing? Should we be bringing back species? I mean, we should never have made them extinct to begin with, but if we're bringing them back through cloning, are we really bringing them back, or are we bringing something else back?
Right.
And
No,
that's
absolutely.
where my dilemma comes with that. What are we bringing back? We don't know enough to say we're really doing good here. Sounds good. Hey, look, we're bringing back a species that was, gone for X amount of time. But what if you bring something else back?
Like the dire wolves?
Yeah, like, dude, like, don't get me wrong, like, that's cool, but is that really having them back, or is it something else in its place?
Mm-hmm.
That's just where I get a little creeped out about it. But.
Right. No, absolutely.
And Taurus, we were talking about that earlier. I don't know if you ever heard the Turing test, but, in 1949, the original test to basically determine, like, can a machine pass as a human? And now we have CAPTCHA and proof of work that tries to, where we have to prove that we are humans and not robots. And now it's going to get to a point where we're going to have another shift to where we're going to be trying to determine, hey, are you human or are you a robot? We're going to be trying to figure out, like, is what we're interacting with or seeing right now, is this AI or generated, or is this real? You know, it's just crazy how that you like. It's almost like that mirror image going back and forth throughout time.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ours, absolutely. Said, can you imagine how bad wrong it would go if it learned emotions and behaviors of people like just in time? But see, that's the
Totally.
thing. How many of that's what we were talking about earlier too. Was, Katie was saying, it's about the queries and what, how, and what you ask the AI, but it's also about who trained that AI model. Who are the people training it? Who are the people being fed the questions and we're giving the feedback to this AI? AI is going to believe what's normal. Like, normal is what it's told is normal. So if you got a bunch of fucked up people saying, hey, this is normal, that AI is going to believe that. Whereas we're saying, no, we're training this AI model different. We're saying this is actually what's normal. You're going to get two different answers from these two different models. That's just how it
Absolutely.
works.
Absolutely.
And they are not using
And
people to train certain ones, like ChatGPT for one.
yeah, uh, on that just in time bit, like he did this whole like Fed TED story and he put it on his Facebook. Stoner Man found that. Um, and you could tell AI wrote it. And even at that time, this was back before I knew like he was probably having AI write his songs, you know. But I was like, you could tell AI wrote this. I'm like, he's supposed to be an artist, like, and I know that writing
An
a short
artist of
story,
words.
right? I know writing a short story is different than writing a song. I know that can be different, but it's actually, if you can do one, you can do the other. I'm not talking about notes or anything like that, but I'm just talking about at least the writing part of it, the words.
Exactly.
So if he's such a great word artist, why did he have to do that to spell out a story?
Yep.
And the only reason why we paid so much attention to that story was because he made like this fictitious story with AI, and Ryan. Like it was stupid. But
Yeah.
yeah, like making Ryan the bad guy or something. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. By the way, that text I sent you, baby, that was actually from about 10 minutes ago because you were right then. What? I'm just letting you know.
You just want to talk some more smack on camera, don't you?
It is kind of nice. We're in separate rooms. So, I can do it
Taurus.
in peace over here.
Taurus, and that is the question,
Mhm.
you know? I mean, to me, I look at AI because, like, Kitty brought up my old video from months ago. You know, it can be a tool, it can be a weapon. That goes with everything. It's
Mhm.
like guns, man. Are are guns bad because they can get into the wrong hands and hurt people? No, no. It's the people who are using them for bad things that need to be corrected. We need to teach people, you know, to control their fucking emotions and learn how to deal with shit in life so they don't have these fucking wild rampages. We need to make sure people aren't getting fucking MK Ultra. We need
Mhm.
to teach children gun safety, how to, like, I was taught growing up to respect the weapon, to respect its power, to respect the effect it can have, to understand it can take a life and what taking a life meant. I was informed how fucking dangerous it could be. Not
Mhm.
is,
Absolutely.
could be. And that was emphasized, could be. But I was never taught to be afraid of them. I was never taught to stay away from them or that they were bad. I was taught to understand what could be done with them for good and for bad, and that there's a choice to be made, and there's right and wrong, and you need to do right.
Mhm.
It's a tool. It can save your life. It can feed you. Use it that way. Don't use it to hurt people. Don't be stupid with it and play around with it and accidentally fucking hurt somebody.
Right.
That's the shit we should be teaching, man. It's like fire.
Mhm.
Fire is deadly. Fire is dangerous.
Mhm.
You know, if you're being an idiot and you set yourself on fire because you were fucking playing in gasoline, does that mean we need to ban fucking gasoline too?
I know,
I mean,
right?
okay, guys, I gotta go on a short rant here. Anybody, these new fucking safety gas cans are fucking bullshit. Does
On
anybody
that note, I will be back.
where you unscrew the fucking top and you pull the fucking nozzle out and you know it's a flexible nozzle and you just fucking pour your gas. Now you gotta fucking pull unscrew this little cap and push in the hand like just pull the switch up and push in the handle and it only pours for like a certain amount of time and then it backs itself off to relieve the pressure and like you get like that suction. It has to relieve that pressure, and it takes forever to fill something up, man. And it's you got all these buttons you got to press in certain ways, all because they help prevent somebody from setting themselves on fire. If you just knew how dangerous gasoline could be, and you respected it and used common sense, we wouldn't have to have these safety fucking gas cans that are pieces of shit, man. And then you guys spend $30 on the Amazon to retrofit one of the old school fucking nozzles that actually do what the fuck it's supposed to do. And you got the little tab at the end you flip open to relieve the pressure so it actually fucking pours gas into your fucking tank. Like, dude, that's like the putting caution hot on a cup of coffee. Well, you didn't order iced coffee, did you, dumb fuck? Anyway, that's my rant, guys. Sorry about that. Moving on. Georgia said, but you have to think if they can clone the animal, they can do it to a person. Dude, and how do we know we ain't got fucking clones running around? You know? Like, fucking. I mean, you see these politicians, especially Biden, like, you just see, like, it's almost like there's two fucking versions of him, man. And I can't remember what show that was, but there was a show where basically they were alluding to, like, you know, yeah, the president uses, you know, body doubles and stuff like that, you know, for safety and, you know, to mislead anybody who might be trying to do something nefarious, you know, but to actually clone somebody, I mean, it's not like a stunt double where you just find somebody and who looks close enough to where you can dress them up and disguise them, you know, from a distance, but you know, to actually have a clone that can be fool somebody face to face, that is fucking scary. Going through the comments here. Whew. So I said, oh yeah, what gets me is that they are still accustomed to being around such ignorance that they just think the whole world is operating on that low of a level of mentality that they do. It's like they almost expect it from us. Like, they already have this feeling that we are under their thumb, that, you know, they do control us. You know, that's their mistake, because they definitely fucking don't. Some, yes, but they definitely don't fucking control us. Taurus, thank you, thank you. We talk a lot of smack, but we do love each other. We do not have kids together, no. Kitty actually has two from a previous, but we don't have any together. Georgia said, AI don't write their songs, though Broadnax does, and Church speaks what he lived. You can feel his lyrics are real, and they speak to people. Absolutely, man. And you can tell the difference, too, man. I mean, like, dude, country life is so much more than beers and trucks, man. Like, I'm tired of all these country rap, what the fuck ever. whatever genre it may be, where it's just like beers and trucks and mud and yeah, man, we all love that shit, but there is so much more to the lifestyle of country than that, man. And everyone's like, makes fun of country music. Oh yeah, there's always some sad song, I lost my dog or whatever, dude. Because it's real shit, man. Country's music is about real life shit, and if sometimes it's tragedy, man. It's not always peaches and cream. It's not always drinking beer and partying on a fucking tailgate, dude. How many of you drink beer and party on a fucking tailgate every fucking weekend night? How many of you are probably exhausted from actually fucking working and doing something more fucking productive with your life because you're no longer, a fucking, 20, 21 years old. You're a fucking adult now and you got responsibilities. That's country life, man. Yeah, dude, partying, drinking beer, fucking chasing tail, all that shit's fun and okay when you're young, but at a certain point you gotta grow the fuck up. And you have to mature, and if you can't mature, you're not being authentic with yourself. Tara said, "So true. Guns aren't bad until they get into the wrong hands."
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
She said, "It's all about education."
Mm.
Yes, Georgia. Thank you, bro. Thank you. He said, "I hate them fucking safety caskets." Dude, like I said, I looked up those fucking replacement nozzles, the old school ones, $30 on Amazon. There's only like one supplier of them.
Okay,
Dude,
so I'm sorry, you guys, that I left right whenever he was going into that. I've heard this same rant for
what,
like the
every
last
weekend?
every weekend for the last 4 years. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna step away from it.
Hell yeah. George said, "I'm glad I still have an old one my grandpa had. I still use it today." Dude, you have one of the old
Heck
metal
yeah.
ones? Dude, those are fucking the best, man. I always wanted one of the old GI ones, like that they used to have on the back of the Jeeps, the big metal ones. They have some down at the Veteran Museum, and they're so fucking cool, dude. I want one of those. If I want like a surplus store or something, I'll totally fucking get one. Tara said they've completely tainted what could have been the country rap genre because all the chaos people are going to steer clear when they hear the
Absolutely.
name of it. That is true. That is true. And not to mention the bastardizing of what country lifestyle is in the first place.
So if you think about it, they went after country music. Look at the country music genre, like mainstream country right now. It's not country.
No, absolutely not.
And mainstream is trying to infiltrate country rap so badly. So badly. Because a lot of them, I mean, we have people in northern states too. They're fans of country rap. They like it. But a lot of the majority is in the southern states. And I think that they know, like, it's some other force behind the industry that's like, we need to control these people and get them in check
Yeah.
because we are uncontrollable.
Oh, hey,
Like,
that
that is the
for
spirit
sure.
of the South. Like, we are proud of our roots, and
We don't
they,
feel an obligation to change our life because somebody tells us it's wrong. Because
or
we know in our
because,
heart it's not wrong.
hmm right? In the South, you have a lot of people that live off the land. You have a lot of people who know how to do that. You have a lot of people who know how to make their own gardens and ranch and farm and all sorts of stuff. Not saying that there aren't in the north, but I think there are a lot more in the south, and that's an issue for some elite people.
Oh yeah, that's why they want us so bad.
Mm-hmm. That's why they're trying to
You
mess
know,
with us, and they're trying to mess with Ryan so much, because he pretty much from day one he told everybody who he was going to be,
oh yeah,
and stuck a middle finger right back at the mainstream music industry. I don't know how many times, because
but
he
not
knows
only
what they're
that,
doing.
but showing that he's a threat. He's a threat to
Hmm.
anybody who wants to come into the South and change our fucking ways and tell us that we're doing it wrong.
Right,
But at the same time, he shows he's gonna fucking respect everybody, and he's not gonna stand for bullshit. He's not gonna stand for anybody fucking with his people. But dude,
hmm,
look at him. He gives fucking respect to everybody.
hmm.
He doesn't hate on just like on anybody, man.
No.
Like, dude, he shows what the South really is. We're not all
Hmm,
these fucking backwoods bigot motherfuckers. We're
hmm.
the real Southerners are upstanding people who love others and care about them and respect them. And it's the fucking big city motherfuckers up north and shit that they're the fucking assholes. They're the ones that are fucking selfish. They're the ones who have a fucking problem. That's
Right,
why we don't want to go around and be around those motherfuckers because they live a different fucking life.
right.
When somebody from the Northeast comes down here to the South, they're like, why are you people all so fucking nice? We're not just fucking nice. We're just cordial. We don't see a reason to be an asshole. You go up
And
there, you're gonna get greeted with nothing but fucking assholes. I'm gonna be like, who the fuck are you? Why are you looking at me? Why are you talking to me? What you want? So
mhm,
distrusting because that's what everyone's like up there. They don't understand what the fuck hospitality is.
right. And shout out to all the fellow holler boys and holler girls in whatever state you're from, whether it's the North or the South,
Just like
because you
Georgia
have
right
that
here, man.
spirit. You have that
Yep.
spirit. No matter
Just
where
like
you're from,
Georgia
you have
right
that
here.
spirit.
I smoke every day. LOL. I drink a little bit, but mainly I take care of my child and my family. Work and music. I hardly party anymore. Because you
Hmm,
grew up, man.
hmm.
Dude, partying's fun when you're younger, man, but it stops being fun at a certain point.
Yeah.
Like, dude, at a certain point, you start striving for something greater in life, man, and that's good.
Hmm.
That's how it should be. You
Right.
know, you should to strive for a settled life, for a family, for job security, shit like that, man. I mean, yeah, I used to fucking bounce around jobs that I didn't give a fuck, man. Now I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, no, job security. This is what's best. This is, what keeps the bills paid, man. This is what building something that's gonna build a career and open doors. And I'm thinking long term now. You
Hmm.
know, I feel like people are taught it's okay to not mature. So nobody matures anymore. Nobody gets out of that party stage. They expect life to be a fucking party all the time. And Taurus, yes, they did because Ryan's name was the country genre lane and they wouldn't be able to get into any other lanes without his name. Think
Absolutely.
about this. What's everyone doing after Creeker 3? They're like, oh, we're going to do a metal album now. We're going to do a rock album now.
Hmm.
He opened the fucking doorway for them to get into those other lanes that
Hmm.
were locked down. He alone opened that fucking door for them. And look, they're gonna fucking take advantage of it, and they're gonna milk it for everything. And guess who's gonna give credit to them? Not one of those motherfuckers. They ain't gonna give
Right.
credit for shit. In
Hmm.
fact, I guarantee you, they're gonna claim the opposite. Yeah, we pioneered this shit. No, you
Oh
didn't.
yeah, they're gonna lie and freaking gaslight all of us who know better. It's like, no, no,
Oh yeah.
Biden, no, Biden, that's not gonna work. No, Kamala, not today. Like, no.
Shit, yeah. I feel like the South has risen again, but you have people trying to hide that and say it won't ever rise again.
Right.
Denial, man. It's fucking
Hmm.
denial, dude.
Absolutely.
And we fucking scared the shit out of them.
Absolutely.
I say I wish you could bring on the real up and coming artists that are passionate and sincere about a career of the music artist and mentor them and get the real lane growing. Fuck
See,
yeah.
here's the thing is that who he thought was sincere and passionate, and he got played. He has truly tried to help grow the lane, and he truly has. Look, I mean, he has helped out so many people featuring them, and usually most of them stab him in the back,
Yeah.
you know. And I pray and hope that he never gives that up, because I know, like, especially within our community, and I agree with you here, Taurus, there's so many within our community that are smaller, you know, that are truly passionate and truly sincere and would never backstab him. And I agree with you there. I hope that he never stops that.
Oh yeah.
But in a way, if he stops, I'm never going to judge him. He's been through so much ever, but I can't blame him.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. He ain't. He ain't gonna stop.
I don't think he
And
will
Taurus,
either.
I think he will do that one day soon.
Mhm.
I think he will definitely do that and find a way to really mentor and help these up and comings. I think right
Absolutely.
now, yeah, he's got a baby and a family. He's got a lot of shit going on, and he's on a mission, and I think he knows his limitations. Like, hey, I gotta focus on this, man. If I'm gonna branch off and do this, I gotta secure this shit first. To
Right.
really do right by these, up and coming artists and to really help them, I have to fix this shit over here first. And I think as
Hmm.
soon as he accomplishes that, however he's gonna end up doing it in the end, once that's
Absolutely.
done, hell yeah, he's gonna reach out and he's gonna do that.
Absolutely.
She said, yes, it's so unfair to them what they've done to their chances having a career.
Hmm.
They don't even see it though. They don't
No,
even see it.
absolutely, Taurus. I know she's such a kind soul, Taurus, as you can just feel her energy even through, like, the internet. Like, if you ever talk to her in a chat, like just you and her, or whether it's this, I mean, she's such a kind soul. Love you, Taurus.
Oh yeah, she really is. And that's what I mean, man. Just that agape, man. Just all these good people, man. Whether it's our channel or the next channel, you
Hmm.
know, there are these channels that are coming out where just these people are getting together, man. They're just good fucking people, like-minded, good hearts. Just want what's best for people. Can agree to disagree. That's what I like, man.
Yeah,
It's like we've got a sense of community over here. People who are like who just look at shit a little bit differently like we do. You know,
yeah,
it's refreshing. It's a nice break. For me, it's a good way to end the week, man. Dealing with all the idiots out in the world and all that shit, man. To be able to get on here on a Friday night and vent, get our shit out, talk about some shit, have y'all jump in here, be able to talk with y'all, man. It's
absolutely.
awesome. We really
Hmm.
fucking enjoy doing this. We enjoy you guys, and you guys, you make this for us, guys. You really do. Each and every one of you. You know.
Hmm.
So thank y'all so much. Thank you for being who you are as people.
Absolutely. We love you
The world
guys.
needs more of y'all.
And I know that we're still working out some scheduling and stuff like that, but because we just came back and everything else. But if any of y'all, like I said before, any of y'all have a business you want to promote, let us know. Get with us on IG. If you want to come on our show, let us know. Get with us on IG.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All Taurus.
Try to say because most people in the South, we're like church, we're selfless. That is why we're holler boys because we will do anything for anyone. True
Absolutely.
fucking agape, man. True agape right there.
Absolutely. Elites don't like that.
Nope. Thank you, Taurus. That's awesome.
You know,
We really do appreciate having you on. But, well, guys, I think that's about all we got for tonight. Like I said, anybody, replay with whatever. If you guys have anything to add to anything we've touched on tonight, whether it's the everything going on with music, AI, technology in general, hell, even if you just want to debate some other shit with us, we're always open, man. We're always open to debate, to talk about shit. All we ask is that you have an open mind and understand what a debate is and be up for an actual debate, you know? Use common
It's
sense.
okay to have
Think
different
for yourself.
opinions.
We're cool if you differ. Just don't be a sheep. If you're a sheep, we're gonna call you out, and you're probably gonna think we're demeaning you, and we might be a little bit. But if you think for yourself, we don't ever have a problem with somebody who disagrees.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, dude, I just have goosebumps right now. I just like, man, I love our people that come in here. They're
Heck
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah. But yeah, thank y'all so much, man, for joining in. It's good to be back. We have missed y'all. Georgia, thank y'all so much for the love, dude.
Okay,
You are fucking awesome. Yeah, go
before
ahead.
we end this, do you mind if I do a quick prayer real quick?
Yeah, no,
Taurus
absolutely.
mentioned that she sent me a link. That's the stuff about Cheatham County, right, Taurus? You haven't been able to catch up because you've been at work all day. Ryan put a whole bunch of stuff out there. Um, there's a lot of stuff going around in Tennessee right now. And I know there's stuff going on for kids all over the place in the United States. Like Tim Tebow is like working on this as well, like to try to stop this. The amount of trafficking, okay, that is going on is ridiculous, especially with the kids.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and let's just pray for all the kids in the country, especially the ones in Tennessee,
Yeah.
and you know,
No,
um,
absolutely. I think that's a great idea.
yeah, um, Father, um, we all come to you, and we just want to pray for all of the kids out there in the United States. I mean, the whole world, honestly. Father, you know what's going on. You know the current temperature, political temperature, everything that's going on with our country, within each state, each city, everything. And what Tennessee is going through, it is horrible right now. Father, we just pray for the kids. Pray for the kids in Tennessee, Cheatham County, all the counties, the United States, and the whole world, Father. The the kids are the most precious thing. And we know you know that. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I didn't know what else to say. I'm sorry. That stuff just breaks my heart.
But that's the thing about prayer, man. It doesn't have to be a formula. It doesn't have to meet a
No, I
criteria.
know.
Speak
My
from the
stuff is
heart what
never
you feel.
my stuff is never formula with when I do that.
No, I know, I
And
know. You just
yeah,
speak from the heart, man. That's all it is.
yeah.
You know.
So,
Somebody
um,
might say, "Well, that was a bad prayer." Fuck you. It came from the heart, man. That's what matters. A prayer is is only as good as the intentions behind it.
yeah. Two or more bowed, you know, in the name of Jesus, that prayer goes a long way. And for the
Yeah.
kids, I think it's worth it. So, all right, guys, don't
What?
want to be sad, but yeah, that is a serious situation, and we're not going to be those people that ignore it.
It's
So,
the building of they're suing people for their property to build this methylene type industrial business, and they're wanting to take their land. They sued a 90-year-old woman for what?
what?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna look into that. 90-year-old woman with dementia. Yeah, see, that's bullshit, man. Like, to lose your land like that, to just have it taken away, be fucking sued over it. I
I know
mean,
this is
and how many? Oh,
reminiscent.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kate. Go ahead.
This is reminiscent of like the 80-year-old veteran that lost his house because Katy Perry wanted it.
Yeah, that's bullshit, man. Fuck Katy Perry.
Like she literally sued him and everything.
Yeah. See, dude,
Ah,
and how many generations has that land been in her family? I mean, maybe she married in, but what about her husband? What if it was in his family for generations?
I'm
And
gonna
just
play that.
shit
She
that.
said that link isn't very long.
Yeah. If you want to play that, go for it.
Um, because
Then they
this is
want to
reason.
build over it their main water source thing. I sent it to the president.
Did you send it to my IG, Taurus? I don't see it here. If you did, hon.
Good night, Georgia. Thank you for joining in, man. Fuck yeah, Creek Squad for life, dude.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought that's what you were talking about because I knew there were things going on with that, like other things. I didn't know that was going on.
So
But if it's not
yeah, it
that
was
long
it was multiple generations. Said
from
that's it. There's a
today,
couple on there talking. You'll see that lived there, passed the land down. Wow. See, that's heartbreaking, man. That really is. I mean, I think eminent domain is fucking abused. She said she put it in the comment above, Kitty. Oh, I don't remember seeing that. Let me scroll back up. Or maybe just is it in the comments, like on the video? It might be in the comments.
that's what
Taurus,
I'm
you're not a
looking.
moderator. I'm gonna fix that real quick. That way you can post some links in there. I think she must have. I don't have her as a moderator, so she must have put it in the comment on the actual live. Can you see that, Kitty? Or
See what?
I think she's about to post it since I made her a
Oh, okay.
moderator. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're about to play a video here, guys. Just trying to get loaded up right quick. We won't keep y'all too much longer. And YouTube is dragging tonight, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that? I can't even see the comments since we're still live. Yeah, Taurus, if you don't mind, shoot that over on IG or throw it in the chat if you can.
Yeah.
We'd love to play that real quick.
Yeah, we'll totally play that. Mm.
See, I'm not sure how to work that, to be honest, but I send it again in the comments here. I can send it to your IG real quick. Yeah, if you can. Yeah, send to either one of ours, please. But, yeah, I mean, I think eminent domain is abused. It's there should be only like in the extreme circumstances that the government can just take your land, not just to build a fucking highway or some shit. Like I mean, dude,
Right.
we've been a lot of people have been fighting OTAP here in Oklahoma, man, because they want to build for these fucking turnpikes and everything everywhere, and they need the land to do it, so they're trying to take people's land, and people are fucking fighting it. No, you got enough fucking highways, you got enough toll
Good for
roads.
them.
I mean, dude, it's like the shit with the Sunset Amphitheater. Remember when UConn was fighting that shit? It's back again. Now they're trying to expand it out towards El Reno. Everyone's like, no, I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit. We don't want noise pollution. We don't want the crowd that's going to attract in our quiet little country part of town over here. But
Right.
they want to put it out where all the oil field workers are. They want to take out oil field land to put a fucking amphitheater. Fuck y'all, man. Go put that shit in the city. Tara says she sent that to your IG, Kitty.
Okay. I just got I think I got a picture. That's all I got. But it's like with a quote. So I don't know if that was the right link, Taurus. Just a heads up.
She said where they want to build it, there's 5 schools around. See, you would think they
Let me
would
see.
find a better location. So, I'm a little rusty as far as what exactly methylene is. Kitty, why you get that up? I'm gonna pull that up. I want to say, isn't methylene used for, I can't remember, breaking something down, like something to do with breaking down phosphorus, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Let's see, I'm gonna share this screen right here real quick. Alright, so here we go. Methylene is an organic compound, CH2. So 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen. So methylene chloride is a common industrial solvent. Methylene blue is a common dye, also used in fish aquariums to treat certain infections. Okay, that's where I've heard that from. Methylene blue. Yeah, I remember that from having like aquariums and stuff. So methylene blue also treats methemoglobinemia. This is a rare blood condition that affects how red blood cells deliver oxygen. So what actually does it do? Hey, Taurus, you're good. No rush. No rush at all. So what does it actually do? Okay. What is methylene used for? Damn it. I need to click on that. So I'm not really finding any concise answers what just plain methylene is used for. So methylene blue has also been used as an anti-malarial agent. We use for off-label conditions like shock and as a diagnostic aid. Okay, so it's a stain used in like histology and bacteriology, like microscopes too. Yeah, that's the shit that really fucking stains your fingers. Kitty, she sent that link there in the chat there.
Okay.
But I'm not finding about like just strict methylene. So what the fuck is this like why do they want this factory and what is this like what are they gonna use this methylene for is what I'm curious about.
Tennessee, with my friends, the Wade family here. So the reason for this video is for this to be seen by President Donald J. Trump, by the head of the EPA, Lee Zeldin, and anyone else that can help us in the situation that we found ourselves in with the TVA, otherwise known as the Tennessee Valley Authority. This is such an egregious situation that's happening right now in Cheatham County. I had to actually write it down.
There's so many things that are going on. So just let me go through this. By the way, forward this video. I want the President of the United States to see this. The Tennessee Valley Authority has no oversight from Congress. Did you know that? They are appointed by the president and act with unilateral authority. They use eminent domain to claw land away from taxpayers and destroy their property. They currently own 293,000 acres in the state of Tennessee. They're the fourth largest landowners in Tennessee. So why do they need more land? That's a good question. They have a proposal for a project. It is a 900 megawatt methane gas plant and a pipeline and transmission lines that they want to put right in here into Cheatham County. There are no existing roads to access where this plant would go. So that means they got to blast away the limestone hills. They got to destroy and rebuild roads, bridges, completely ransack endless acres of personal property. Check this one out. There are 5 schools within 5 miles of where this methane gas plant is going to go. 5 schools. That alone ought to shut it down. The chances of water contamination, destroyed farms, noise and air pollution, I would say 100% at some point. In 2023, the TVA actually put out a statement that said Cheatham County will receive no electricity from this project. But now recently they've said they're going to add 1 small substation to it. And that they only said that because they wanted to try to fix their optics because it's so unbelievably horrible. So no, we'll put a little substation in for you. You guys sit down and shut up. Here's what they've been doing. The TVA is now suing people. They're suing the Wade family. But guess what? They sued a 90-year-old woman with dementia who owns a little farmland out here. They sued her. The TVA sued this lady so they could go in and do what they call surveying, which also means / destructive testing, drilling down into the ground, tearing everything up. They're suing people, retired individuals in this county, to get to their land. This plant would sit on top of what's known as Sycamore Creek. That's a big creek through here. It supplies 1.5 million gallons of water to Pleasant View and Ashland City, Tennessee. It actually supplies all the water at Pleasant View, which is a really fast-growing town in Tennessee. Obviously, that water could be contaminated at any minute if anything goes wrong at all. Listen, the simple to this is the fix to this is simple. Find an industrial place to put this, or pick some of the 293,000 acres that you people already own, TVA, and put it there. Instead of upending the ecosystem, running people off their farms, destroying things. For God's sake, you're 5 miles from 5 different schools, and you want to put in a multi-100-acre footprint methane gas plant next to 5 schools. That's what you want to do, TVA. Yeah, we ain't going to let it happen. And I'm going to ask the president to take a strong look at this because guess what? He's the only one, Mr. President, that I think can actually stop this. So I've said pretty much all I can say. I want to turn it over to the Wade family, especially you, Mr. Wade. If you could walk in the Oval Office right now and say anything you wanted to President Trump, who has the ultimate authority on who sits on the board of the TVA and makes the decisions, what would you say, sir?
Mr. President, TVA has its foot on the throats of the Cheatham County residents. They are pillaging, terrorizing, and destroying this community. And you are our only hope because they are unbridled. Otherwise, I plead with you, pick the phone up and call them and tell them to stop.
You can see the tears welling in his eyes.
I thank you, and I pray for your safety.
These are your people, President Trump. This county voted for you 75%. These are your people. Tell the TVA, find another spot. We appreciate you. God bless you, sir.
Shout out to John Rich for doing that.
Yeah, dude, John Rich is an amazing dude.
Yeah.
He really is, guys. Anybody who hasn't listened to him on the radio or his show or anything, guys, I highly recommend going and checking him out.
Yeah.
But see, and guys, some people might take this opportunity to bastardize Trump, saying, "Well, look, he's not paying any attention." That motherfucker's busy, guys. That's why it is our responsibility as people to bring his attention to things. Like, guys, he has a whole country to run. He's worried about world affairs and everything, man. He can't keep tabs on everything. So that is why it's our duty to bring things like this to his attention, so that we can put a spotlight on, bring his attention. He can see, hey, maybe I should come over here and take a look, guys. Don't bastardize Trump when he has yet to even know that this is going on.
Mhm.
But, you know, give him some time, do your due diligence, do your duty, bring this to his attention, do everything you can, guys. Give him a chance. I believe in Trump, man, regardless of what you guys believe, but I definitely would love to see him, you know, take a glance over there and say, hey, maybe I need to fly down there and take a look and have a talk with somebody and see what's going on, man. Put a stop to this, you know. So anybody watching this, man, anybody who has seen people getting their land taken away, to know what that's like, maybe you've had it done to you. Like, please, guys, please bring some awareness to this. Anything wrong in the world, man, bring awareness. Whether you're on social media tagging your governor or whatever, or if it's something greater, tagging Trump himself. Go out, tag fucking Vance himself, man. The more people, if just one person goes and tags Trump, he ain't gonna see that. But if we're all doing it, he's gonna see it. Somebody's gonna see it. So we have to do our duty, guys. But please, if you guys see injustice, you guys see shit wrong in the world, that's what we have to do our part, man. We the people run this country, and by running it, we have to get our hands dirty. We have to put in work.
So there's an update on John Rich's Twitter. Um, and that's weird. I've been on almost every day the last couple of days. John Rich hasn't been popping up on my X feed, which is weird. Anyway, the update is Mr. and Mrs. Wade, seen in the video below, will be dragged into court on June 9th to defend their property rights against a TVA
That is bullshit.
subcontractor.
They should not be having to deal with that, man. That is not fucking okay. They should not be having to fight, basically their state, their country for their own land.
Right.
But yes, Taurus, they don't they don't they don't want him to have any free time to make this country better. They want him distracted. They want him wrapped up. But that's awesome. You actually got a response. I mean, I'm sure that was, a team member of his, somebody going through handling all that for him. But hey, somebody saw it. That's a start. It might be
Right.
forgotten, but if we're all out there, we're all trying to spread this out there. We're all tagging him. He's gonna know. He's gonna know.
Mm-hmm.
That man has spent his whole life protecting his family and his land. You could just hear it in his voice, the sadness and defeat.
Yes. That's what I heard too, Taurus. That's why I started like tearing up myself.
And see, that's what people don't understand. There's so many people don't understand. They're like, well, just go buy some more land. Motherfucker, it's different.
Mm.
Is there a piece of land that you grew up on your whole life? What if you grew up on your whole life and so did your parents or your dad or whatever, and then your grandpa, great grandfather, whatever, to give up something that's been passed down through generations like that? You can't just
Mhm.
replace that.
Right.
You can't. It's not possible, man. People would be like, well, this is kind of material. Not really. You could rebuild your house on your own land, but you can't get your land back.
Right.
Taurus, no, thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Yeah.
I I had no idea. Katie, I don't think you had any idea.
Mm-mm. I'm gonna
So
send this to Chest as well.
you said what?
My son's just doing as well.
Oh fuck yeah, for sure, man. Sure.
Yeah.
And Taurus, yes. Yes. Like there's there's parts of this state, man, I can walk with my eyes closed, pitch black, no light. Like I know the land beneath my feet, man. My feet guide me. Like I know the land that fucking well. You know, how many people can do that? You know, people who grew up in an apartment or in a big city all their life, they don't understand that. And I'm
Hmm.
not mad at them for that. What I'm mad at is society like has taken the opportunity for people to experience that and understand that away. That's what I'm mad at. And yes, all the
Right.
memories there,
Hmm.
absolutely. You know, I mean, dude, some of these people, like, I mean, yeah, we talked about earlier, you know, animals are not a replacement for children, but dude, animals are can still be your family members, man. Some of these people have buried generations of loved pets there.
Hmm.
That is their resting place, and you're taking that away. Hell, what if you have loved ones? You know,
Hmm.
parents, grandparents buried on that land, and
Right.
that's being taken away from you.
Hmm.
That's their resting spot. You want them there because that is their land. That's what they gave their all to take care of and protect, and that is their resting spot. And you're gonna destroy not only that, but their very own fucking gravesite
Right.
with no fucks given. You're absolutely right, Taurus. And who could sleep with themselves after that?
I know.
But here's the thing: how many of those guys in the crews out there doing the work are even thinking about that? That's even more sad, in my opinion, that they're not even thinking about it. But once again, Taurus, thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. We will definitely do our
Absolutely.
part, see what we can do to, you
I'm
know,
gonna be sharing it on
yeah.
X for sure, and probably on IG as well.
Oh yeah, squeaky wheel
Yeah.
gets the grease.
Yeah.
There'll be another squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
Taurus said they are for me because I wasn't able to have children, so I have 3 dogs, several kitties, even
Hmm.
feral kitties. I take care of them and feed, and they fill that
Oh.
void for me. That's awesome. And we're not mad at anybody, Taurus, who doesn't have kids
Yeah. No.
like that.
Absolutely not. He and
We
I
just
don't have kids together. You know.
yeah, and she actually asked that earlier if we had kids.
Uh,
Yeah, while
yeah.
you were gone. But and you know,
Mm.
it's just the people who can have kids and they're like, you know, like no, children are like disgusting. We'd rather have pets instead. Like that's what we're like that's fucked up with. But you know,
Mhm.
we understand, man. If you can and those pets fill that void, there's nothing wrong with that. But to just
Dude.
be disgusted by
I,
children and be like, no, I'm never gonna have children. What the fuck's wrong with
right. Right. But yeah, no, I'm starting you on, baby. Sorry.
you? No,
But
you
Taurus, for real, I bet you that those kitties and those puppies have like are just loving their life with you because I bet you are such a good mama to them.
like yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, Taurus, thank you so much for joining us. You have a good night too. Hope you have a great weekend.
You
Much love to you
absolutely.
critters.
Absolutely.
Alright, guys, everyone else watching, thank you all so much for joining us. Good to be back. Hope everyone has a good weekend. And it is June officially this weekend. You know what that means? One more month till Kitty.
July 4th.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
America's birthday. Who's, who's gonna be blowing some shit up? Who's gonna be setting some shit on fire out there? Dude, hey, everyone, this is our first 4th of July with Trump back. It's party time. Like I said,
Absolutely.
we're talking about maturing and, giving up that party life. Hey, yes, that's what you gotta do. But you know what? Work hard, party hard.
Hmm.
So it's okay to cut loose, guys. You can be mature and still cut loose. And I'd say 4th of July this year is a damn good fucking time to do it. Taurus, no, you didn't take over the chat. You're good. No, we
Oh
love
no,
hearing
you
from you
didn't.
guys.
No,
Yeah,
you're good.
you guys talk as much as you want, man. We love it.
Yes, we do.
But,
Absolutely.
but yes, no, hell yeah, totally. Please send us some pictures. That'd be awesome.
We would
We're
love
all
that.
about the animals. We're all about animals.
Yes. And good for you for getting rescues. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Saving some lives out there. That is what it's all about. We really want to do a free to live. Katie and I talked about it for a long time. We really want to do a free to live. And I know they fill up quick. There's not enough of them out there.
Right.
So hey, maybe one day we'll be running one. We can maybe co-op or something. That'd be cool. But anyway, we're getting out of here, guys. Everybody have a great weekend. Y'all be safe out there. Much love to you guys and your families, and keep doing.
Good night, everybody.